Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes?
Cascade.
Bought in, that trusted me, that believed in me, and knew that I loved them. You can see that these girls are really wanting the best for this program, and that's all that I've ever wanted for them.
Time to unleash the Lady Champions. You're tuned into the radio home of Cascade Lady Champions Basketball, WZNG Shelbyville, the Zinger 100.9 and AM 1400. The student section is loud, the teams are warmed up, and we're almost set for the opening tip-off. Let's send it courtside live. Here's Brandon Crossland and Brian Cruz.
Welcome in to Cascade Lady Champion and Champion Basketball here on the Zinger 100.9. Last weekend, homecoming was delayed for a moment, so it got moved to this Friday, and it definitely now is homecoming, emphasis on the home. The homecoming king and queen were announced. I believe Zamarian Dixon was the homecoming king, and his date,
yes,
his partner there was the queen as well, so they didn't have to rearrange the groups there for the king and queen this year in the basketball homecoming. Anyway, tonight your Cascade Lady Champions and Champions taking on the Fayetteville Lady Tigers and Tigers from Fayetteville City in a rematch from December here tonight from the stable. Good evening, everyone. Brandon Crossland alongside Mr. Brian Cruz, and we welcome you here to the Zinger 100.9, broadcasting everywhere you go on WZNGradio.com and, of course, the free mobile app, the Zinger 100.9, on the App Store and Google Play. It's going to be another tough matchup here tonight for the Lady Champions. Got to come to play and win that first quarter, and a lot of things starting to come together, though. The past two games, really some strengths starting to show, but still a lot to improve on, of course, and we've been following that all season long alongside Coach JD, kind of feeling her struggle here and there, but the overall morale is hopeful for the future, Brian.
That's right, Brandon. You know, we have a tough matchup tonight against the Fayetteville Lady Tigers, We know that they are stronger than us. They're bigger than us, and they're faster than us. So for tonight's Cataldo keys to the game, number one is going to be play physical. This is a very fast team from Fayetteville City. They rebound very well. They play very, very physical. We're going to have to out-hustle them, box out, and play as physical as possible. Number two, we got to slow the tempo down. This is a very, very fast team. We learned that last time when we faced them on their home court. Coach Janey has been working with our point guard, Kagan Young, trying to get her to slow the pace down. And we were much more successful when we limit our turnovers and slow the pace of the game down. So hopefully we can do that tonight. And three, disrupt the shooter. Teams have been way too comfortable shooting the ball outside the arc against the Lady Champions in these last few contests. We heard that as well from Coach JD. And we know that we put in some things this last week to, kind of get in the face of the shooter. Hopefully we can do some more of that tonight and be successful in disrupting the shooter outside the arc.
Hope that's the case. Thank you, Brian, for those Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center keys to the game. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East and Wartrace is just a place when you need vehicle repair needed fast. That's Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade Lady Champions and Champions on the Zinger. And coming up soon, we'll talk some more about pregame festivities and also get closer to our national anthem as we begin tonight's games. Your Cascade Lady Champions taking on the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville. We'll talk more about that. Also, the second game in a week of 3 games, and what we're looking forward to tomorrow night as well. We'll be back in 2 minutes right here on the Zinger 100.9. Your Lady Champions taking on the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville.
On game night, winning is everything. But at First Bank, we know life's big wins happen off the field. Like when you win that amazing heart, when you win your first classroom's respect, or when you win your employees' loyalty and find the home that wins their smiles. Life's big wins take a bank big on you. Join a team that helps you win not only on game day, but on days you never forget. First Bank, the official bank of TSSAA. Member for FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Getting the job done right on a major construction project takes experienced professionals, the kind you will find when you call Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Like your Cascade basketball squads, Curl hits the ground running while working to get the job done and beating the clock to meet your project deadline. Serving Middle Tennessee's construction and excavation needs for 25 years and still building. Make your project a slam dunk with Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Call 931-389-6996. CurlConstruction.com. Dig deep and plow, Champion Nation.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on cars. Sponsor of your Cascade Champions on the Zinger.
Are you planning that next big project and thinking how nice it would be if I had a dumpster right there on site? Then call DNR Dumpsters in Shelbyville. DNR Dumpsters provides quality and convenient dumpster rental service for commercial and residential applications. Roll-off dumpsters with prompt delivery, even next day delivery and haulaway available. Call DNR Dumpsters at 931-684-1685. For more information, visit dnrdumpsters.com.
You're listening to The Zinger 100.9 and AM 1400 WZNG Shelbyville, your radio home for Cascade Lady Champions basketball.
And welcome back into the stable for homecoming here on the Zinger 100.9. It's your Lady Champions. First up tonight, taking on the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville. Again, Brandon Crossan alongside Mr. Brian Cruz here from our favorite spot up atop here at the stable. And we take a look at Fayetteville City. Their last game, they lost to former Cascade head coach Mike Edmondson and the Lady Hornets of Huntland. Their last contest on Tuesday, 46-54. Before that, they lost to Moore County last Friday on the road, 43-62. And I was telling Brian before the broadcast, they had a fierce barn burner on Tuesday, January 10th with Cornersville, of all teams. They just beat the Lady Bulldogs by a hair, 83-82.
Brandon, that's a lot of scoring in a high school girls basketball game.
You said it rivaled some college scores.
Yes, and, we've talked about earlier in the week, 35 points is what we've been averaging so far this season in scoring for the Lady Champions. We've got to put more points on the board. We're going to definitely have to do that tonight against the Fayetteville City Lady Tigers in order to be successful against them.
Now for Cascade, they lost by a 20-point deficit to district foe, the Forest Lady Rockets, earlier this week on Tuesday. That last score was 32-52. But last game before that turned out a little bit better. Lost by 10 to Eagleville, 33-43. So we've been looking at those as our past two. And of course, we're in the middle of that 3-game week this week. We had Forest here for district play on Tuesday, Fayetteville here tonight, and then tomorrow night, that makeup game that was supposed to be at the beginning of the year, about January 3rd, we'll be headed to Lincoln County to take on the Lady Falcons.
Brandon, one other thing tonight we got to remind our listeners of. We have 3 girls on the Cascade Lady Champions that are celebrating a birthday today.
Thank you for not letting me forget that. Very important. 3 birthdays all in a row, all in the Lady Champions squad. Tell them who they are, Brian.
That's quite impressive. My daughter, Susanna Cruz, celebrating her 15th birthday today. You also have sophomore Isabella Rhodes celebrating her 16th birthday today. And then junior Annabelle Calvert celebrating her 17th birthday today. So 3 girls, the Cascade Lady Champions, all celebrating birthdays. I'm sure they've had their cakes and cookies and cupcakes, and hopefully they're ready to finish their birthdays off with a big surprise and come out victorious against these Fayetteville City Tigers tonight.
So you said that was Annabelle, Susanna, and Bella?
And Isabella, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right, so happy birthday, Annabelle, Susanna, and Bella. All 3 on the squad tonight. All 3 celebrating the birthdays on the same day.
Put them in the birthday club, Brandon.
Well, that's a different station, but we'll talk about that later.
That's right.
Folks, the Cascade Lady Champions points per game leaders right now, not much change from Tuesday. Kagan Young still leading the group, 8.7 points per game all season long. The difference there, Susanna has moved up to third in the team, 4.9, and passed Cadence Miller just by 0.1 there from Tuesday to now. I have a way of looking at that all season long and then also just through districts, so I'll be keeping track of both of those as we progress through district play as well.
Yeah, and one thing that Tuesday night, Brandon, we struggled from the free throw line. I believe we were 8 of 24 from the free throw line. So in a game like this tonight, you know that Fayetteville City plays very, very physical. They're apt to commit a lot of personal fouls and team fouls. They'll get us to the free throw line if we'll take the ball to them, but it doesn't do you a whole lot of good to get to the free throw line if you don't connect on those free throws. So hopefully we can correct those mistakes, come out good on those free throws tonight, and keep this game within reach early on.
Hope so. Folks, Cascade Lady Champion and Champion Basketball on the Zinger is brought to you by First Bank, Curl Construction and Excavating LLC, Garrison Valley Farms, Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center, DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, and also by State Farm, Rob Gardner Agent. State Farm, Rob Gardner Agent, and Cascade Vet Hospital give out our Player of the Game and Heart of a Champion awards. We give two of those, or one each per team each night. We enjoy announcing those at the end of each game. And there's a good sizable crowd here on the Cascade side. A lot of them were already here for homecoming, of course, but some more filed in after that as well. And Fayetteville is pretty spread out here on our side.
Yeah, it's going to be a good crowd here tonight. I mean, by the time the boys' game starts, I believe this place will be packed.
And we've got silence in the gymnasium. Your Cascade Lady Champions in their home whites with the orange trim. And numbering, you know what it looks like. And Fayetteville City, they've got their road blacks with the orange and white on the sides. Kind of the same color schemes on both of these teams, but Fayetteville, they've got the city across the jersey. They got the shirts for their fans, Brian, that says City versus all y'all.
Yeah, all y'all. I like that.
I kind of like that.
You know you're in Middle Tennessee when you see that, right?
City versus all y'all. We don't care who you are, all y'all. Well, tonight they're playing the Cascade Lady Champions, and looking forward to a great homecoming match here from the stable. It's time to rise and remove our caps for the playing of our national anthem.
At this time, if you will, stand to your feet. Remove your hats. Join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem.
There is our national anthem, getting ready for homecoming here tonight from the stable. And the starting five for your Cascade Lady Champions on the way. First, it's the visiting Lady Tigers of Fayetteville. And here they are.
All right, that's number 3, Isabella Martin. Number 10, Ellie Bain. Number 13, Trinity Dixon. Number 23, Autumn Noonamaker. And number 30, Gracie Hoagland.
All right, there's from the city, Fayetteville City Lady Tigers. And now for your Cascade Lady Champions, starting five here from homecoming as we run through the jungle. getting primed for another home night, and it'll be the last home night of not very many left here in this regular season. Got to enjoy it. Let's meet our starting five, Mr. Brian Cruz.
All right, starting for your Lady Champions. Number 1, sophomore Lena Carter. Number 2, freshman Kagan Young. Number 5, sophomore Sophie Ray. Number 11, sophomore, the birthday girl, Isabella Rose. And number 14, sophomore, Cadence Miller.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Cruz, for the starting five for your Cascade Lady Champions. One of which is celebrating the birthday, and 3 of them all today. Again, that's Annabelle Calvert, Susanna Cruz, and Bella Rhodes, all celebrating the B-Day on homecoming. Lady Champions start right to left, and at half court, it'll be Sophie Ray.
As they step out there to the half court, Brandon, you just recognize how we are outmatched early on with number 23, Autumn Noonemaker.
Very familiar from December. As we get the tip off, it goes to Miller, who hands it out to Kagan Young, back up to midcourt to start things off. The pass down low to Sophie Ray, holding on to the ball. Now to Bella Rhodes. Now up to Kagan Young on the top side of the arc. Top of the key with Lena Carter. Now inside the lane. Bounce pass up high to Sophie Ray. Kind of diamonds it around there under the bucket and keeps it in play. Now goes back to Fayetteville City. Their first look at it, it's Isabella Martin. Out to the top behind the arc with number 30, Hoagland. To the bottom elbow, Kagan Young there to steal it. She's got nothing but bucket in between. Goes up for the shot, goes off the glass, and back to Fayetteville. There to retrieve it, it's Martin across half court, up to the top to Dixon. Shot goes up, taken out, rebounded down low, and a post by Noonemaker.
Noonemaker's going to be fouled on that putback. She'll be going to the line to shoot 2. The foul is going to be called on number 5, Sophie Ray. That'll be her first, team's first. You got to box her out, Brandon. She was over the back of Sophie. She misses on that first free throw attempt.
Just ricochets out straight through the middle on that first foul line shot. Noonemaker, shot number 2 is good. They'll break the ice 1-0 for the Lady Tigers. 7 minutes now remain in the first. It's Lena Carter getting out from the top trigger, gets it out to Kagan Young. Young with a little pressure there from the 3 of Martin. Up to Sophie Ray behind the arc. Down low to Kagan Young. Low post for Sophie Ray. She'll throw it up high on the glass. Not able to find the bucket. Goes back the other way for the Lady Tigers. Going on to the top side of the lane, it goes with Trinity Dixon, I believe, there to slash up the top side layup.
That was just too easy. The girls didn't get back and play defense.
And with a matter of seconds there, making it 3-0 Fayetteville.
And now a slow pass out to the wing from Kagan Young to Lena Carter. That pass is knocked out of bounds by Fayetteville City.
Carter hands it back in from the low sideline out to Kagan Young. To Carter, low side behind the arc. Bounce pass up to Cadence Miller. Now top of the key with Ray. Ray tries to get a pass to the short top corner with Lena Carter.
Another turnover, Brandon.
Falls right out of bounds. It'll go the other way. Isabella Martin with a walking dribble. 6 minutes and 15 remain in the first. It's 3-0 Lady Tigers. Traverses the timeline with still that walking dribble. Now attacks from the dribble down low. Passes to Dixon. Dixon finds the 3 ball from the low corner. Easy money. 6-0 Fayetteville City. 5 minutes and 50 remain in the first. Kagan Young on the top elbow on the left-hand side. Hands it up to Lena Carter. Kagan Young gives the screen. Now back to Young at midcourt. Bounce pass with some heavy defense there from Trinity Dixon. That'll draw up a foul.
That'll be her first, team's first.
This will put Lena on the top sideline at midcourt to hand it out to Young. Young backs up after a walking dribble down low to Sophie Ray. Ray presses in inside the arc. Try to get through the low lane there, but stopped with the whistle, and she'll head to the Garrison Valley Farms free throw line.
They're going to call that foul on number 23, Autumn Nunemaker. That'll be her first, team second. Sophie Ray at the line to shoot 2. She connects on that first free throw attempt. And we are finally on the board.
Hoagland checking with head coach Holly Hoagland. And we'll miss both shots there. Sophie, missed the second shot. That's right. And Isabella Martin with 5 minutes and 20 remaining in the first. It's 6-1 Fayetteville City. Low post. It's with Martin. Gets it back over to Dixon at top of the key. She'll walk right in now, down low to Martin for the three-point shot. Veers off to the left. They get the rebound in the top post, do they? Gets tied up by Lana Carter. She tries to anyway.
The jump ball called. Possession there of Fayetteville City underneath their own basket.
From the top baseline, behind the bucket, they'll get it out to the top 45 for a three-point shot. Here it comes from Hoagland.
Wow.
And it's off the mark.
They're going to call the second foul on Autumn Nunemaker. That is huge for Cascade Lady Champions. That's 2 personal fouls on her.
Carter from behind the bucket, low side out to Kagan Young. Bounce pass up high to Sophie Ray.
Sophie Ray's getting all kinds of pressure outside the arc.
2-on-1, make it 3-on-1 before she has to do nothing else but let it go outside the corner. On that top end, Cascade will be able to hand it back in. It'll be Cadence Miller lined up to do that.
Number 12, Kalia Simpson in the game now for Autumn Nunemaker with 2 fouls.
Miller finds Kagan Young. It's a loose ball, though. It's taken back. Here comes Trinity Dixon. Nothing but net in front of her. Easy layup. Top side layup makes it 8-1. Lady Tigers, 4 minutes and 35 remain in the first. Kagan Young on the borderline.
Unable to hold on to the basketball there. Another turnover.
I believe it was past to Kagan Young there on the top sideline and just not able to keep it in bounds. Isabella Martin now for Fayetteville. Bounce pass in from the bottom elbow and popped up in the air. Kagan Young able to take control. Now goes back the other way again to Martin.
This time a frustration foul committed by Kagan Young as they are just picking her pocket early on in this game.
And she'll come check with Coach JD as Isabella Martin goes to the line. First shot for Martin connects. And the second on the way. Look just like the first. Good as well, 10-1 Fayetteville City. 4 minutes and 15 remain in the first quarter. Here comes Kagan Young again across midcourt. Bounce pass up high to Miller. Now back to Kagan Young. She'll try for the three-point shot inside. The arc, it's no good. It goes back to Isabella Martin. Martin, top of the key, passes up high to Hoagland. Shot, air ball is too far out, low side rebound from Ellie Bain is able to get off the glass good.
It's 12-1, Brandon. Timeout's called by Coach JD.
And we'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here on the Zinger 100.9. The Lady Champions trail 1-12 over the visiting Lady Tigers of Fayetteville on homecoming.
When the Cascade family needs top quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around-the-clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. Cascade Vet Hospital.
Back to the game here from homecoming. The Lady Champions trail 1-12, and it's Susanna Cruz on a low side passing in and turned over once more. Here comes Dixon for the Lady Tigers. Pass a little Martin and caught there under the basket from Miller, able to get it out in time to Bella Rhodes to Kagan Young. Young crosses half court up to Miller. Miller trying to make something of it. Passes short.
Foul's going to be called on number 12, Kalia Simpson. That'll be her first. Cascade will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Topside baseline, Susanna Cruz, down low to Sophie Ray. And that'll be turned over once again to Trinity Dixon. To Isabella Martin. Fast jog here across half court. And down low to Dixon, back up to the top side of the arc. That's to Hoagland. Low side, Dixon finds the bad corner there of the hoop and falls down incomplete. Goes over to Kagan Young, now with the Lady Champions. Crosses half court on the top side, down low to Miller. Miller, high three-point shot from down low. Good.
Cadence Miller with the first three-pointer of the night for the Cascade Lady Champions.
That's a first bank three for Cadence, making it 12-4. Lady Tigers. 2 minutes and 40 remain in the first quarter. Another response. This one ducks off the edge of the rim. That three-point shot coming from Hoagland. Now back to the Lady Champions after they squander that attempt. With Kagan Young, it falls out of bounds. Should stay Cascade ball. Cadence Miller will throw it in from the top sideline. Miller hands it out into coverage, goes back to Isabella Martin. Just kind of popped up in the air there and fell to Martin's hands. The walk down low to Hoagland. Top of the key, now up to Dixon. Around the arc now on the top post, trying to make a look with Simpson. Stuck there in the top lane. Dixon has it. Now popped up again, top of the key with Hoagland as she'll walk it around, regroup things, and the hand up high to Dixon. Trinity Dixon looks out to the top corner. They'll keep passing it around the arc here. Trading places now at the top of the key. It's Hoagland. Tries for the three there, and out to the right, it falls, no good.
That's a foul. Foul is going to be called on number 12, Goliath Simpson. That's her second personal foul.
Haley Gilder tried to grab it. And Susanna Cruz will take it out from the low baseline.
That's 5 team fouls now on Fayetteville City.
Out to Kagan Young, cross half court through the middle. Low to Cadence Miller. And Kagan Young tries from top of the key and bounces way up high after it hit the rim. No good.
Good hustle this time from Haley Gill. She ties that ball up. We'll be inbounding it underneath her own basket.
Great aggression there from the junior.
Looks like we're subbing girls in and out pretty quick tonight.
Kagan Young from the low baseline behind the bucket. Gets it out to Susanna Cruz.
She's fouled as she goes up for that shot. She'll be going to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be 16 fouls now. That foul is going to be called on number 13, Trinity Dixon.
So Cruz at the Garrison Valley Farms free throw line. First shot misses.
She misses on the second attempt as well.
Tries to defend here as it goes back out to the hands of Hoagland. And Gracie Hoagland gets it to Trinity Dixon, who went straight for the bucket on the top side and missed. Goes back to Kagan Young. Down low to Susanna Cruz, back to Young at midcourt. She'll spin, go up on the high lane. Throws one up off kilter. Bella Rhodes there to rebound. It's a mix between Bella Rhodes and Gill. And this goes back the other way for 0-0, a Miracle Clark. Back to Kagan Young. 52 seconds on the board here in the first quarter, 12-4 Fayetteville City.
Really like to finish strong here.
Young calling for some moves here. Hands it low to Lena Carter. Now back to Kagan Young, top of the key for 3. And too far back on that one. As it rolls out to that top corner. 34 seconds on the board as it stops. And Trinity Dixon will inbound it. Nope, make it Asia Ewing.
Like to see a good defensive stance here for Cascade.
Trinity Dixon goes back to the sideline there with Coach Hoagland. And Isabella Martin will walk her way across half court as the seconds wind down here in this first quarter. Comes to a standstill, keeps the dribble. Lady Champions are set up here. Cruz trying to get the team to spread out. The hand up high to Hoagland. Now back to the top of the key to Martin. 6 seconds, 5 seconds.
We've got somebody getting them in their face.
3-point shot.
Rebound.
Off the mark.
Good.
And that'll end the first quarter of play.
12-4, Lady Tigers after the one.
And we'll be back in 1 minute right here on the Zinger 100.9. It's homecoming.
Hi, I'm Blake Bloom from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today. 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
This is Susanna Cruz, and you're listening to the home for Cascade Champion and Lady Champion basketball on the Zinger 100.9.
Second quarter action now for your Lady Champions. They trail 4-12 over the visiting Fayetteville Lady Tigers. And the shot goes up there right at the whistle. She'll get the foul and go to the line. That was number 10, Ellie Bain, who got the topside layup to open quarter number 2 for the Fayetteville Lady Tigers.
That foul is going to be called on number 13, Haley Gill. That'll be her first, team's third.
Ellie Bain able to get the and one for Fayetteville, makes it 15-4. Now with Kagan Young with a fast dribble here across half court. Now slowing down here at the tray. Moving up on the top side, gets the pass over to Bella Rhodes. Rhodes able to throw it up in for 2. 15-6. Lady Tigers. And now it's Hoagland. Top of the key. Now pass down low to Martin. Behind the arc. Now top with Hoagland again. Up now with Ewing. Ewing pressing her way through, zagging from top to bottom. Finds a low side layup. Good.
Just not a lot of defense there, Brandon.
17-6 with 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Cadence Miller backs up at top of the key. Down low to Kagan Young. Into Haley Gill. To Miller for 3.
That's an air ball.
Air ball's just left. And it'll go back to the city. It'll be Kalia Simpson handing it in for Martin, one of the starters tonight for Fayetteville. And a missed pass opportunity handed up high corner to Ewing and just fell over out of bounds. This will go back to the Lady Champions. Got to take advantage of it. Miller to Kagan Young. Past half court, down low to Gill. Gill sidesteps out to Rhodes, top of the key. Now Rhodes will start her dribble, bounce pass up to top corner to Gill. Looking out again to Kagan Young. Young presses into the paint. Down low to Atlanta Carter. She'll fake one out. Drives it back into Kagan Young.
Foul's going to be called.
That was a whole mess around Kagan.
Yes, it was. Foul's called on number 1. That's Asia Ewing. That's her first, team 7th. Kagan Young is at the line.
Sophia Ray and Cruz in. Gill and Miller out.
Kagan Young connects on that first free throw attempt.
Kagan Young, Tuesday night's player of the game, I believe. If my memory serves me well. Susanna Cruz, Heart of a Champion versus Forrest.
She misses on that second attempt.
6 minutes and 15 remaining in the first half. 17-7, Lady Tigers. Martin backs out here at midcourt on the low side, calls out some signals. Keeps the dribble moving down low. Bounce pass to the low corner to Asia Ewing. She'll try for three. Air ball's way out far. Picked up by Simpson for the rebound. Simpson hands out to Hoagland out on the high end and maneuvering her way down to the low side for the layup. Connects for two. 19-7 Fayetteville. Quick response from Bella Rhodes. And just too far there on the hoop from inside three-point land on the top side. It'll fall out of bounds, goes back to the Lady Tigers. Sophie Ray trying to save it there, just not in time. 5 minutes and 40 remain in the first half. Fayetteville City with it. Hoagland up on the top side of the arc, trying to get a pass back out.
Good play by, wow, they called a jump ball there. Good news is the possession arrow is pointing toward Cascade. They'll be inbounding the ball, needing to go the length of the floor.
Lana Carter hands it out from the top baseline to Kagan Young. Across the half, up to Sophie Ray. Ray now top of the key with Bella Rhodes. To Kagan Young on the low end, back up to Carter. Short pass into Bella Rhodes in the paint. Down low to Susanna Cruz. She'll try for three. It's off to the left. Can't get a rebound from Sophie Ray. Puts it back into play, but right to Fayetteville City. To Asia Ewing. Back out more to Martin. She'll slow things down, hands it up high to Simpson. Back to Ewing. Now low to Hoagland. Way up back high to Ewing. And again, that's the second pass Ewing has missed from that high side. That's fell out of bounds. So another mistake there from the Lady Tigers just with possession.
Lady Champions defense is really focusing in on Autumn Noonemaker, trying to double team her down low. Causing some trouble as they swing the ball across the court tonight.
Carter out to Sophie Ray, top of the key. Now in the top side by Bella Rhodes. Another shot there from her from that same point she tried to make it last time. Off the mark, 19-7, Lady Tigers. 4 minutes and 20 remain in the first half. Hoagland out to top of the key. Pass down low, now low post. That's the tall one there. She easily gets that bucket, Autumn Noonemaker. And you see why they want to double team her.
Yes.
21-7 Fayetteville. Kagan Young gets rejected there from Asia Ewing. But that means it'll stay Lady Champs ball. Lana Carter from the low sideline out to Bella Rhodes. Pass gets blocked, and Kagan Young there to recover. Hands it back down low to Rhodes. Travel call on Bella.
Travels.
Asia Ewing from the low sideline inbound to Isabella Martin. She crosses half court, now down low to Ewing. Pass up high to Hoagland at top of the key.
We've left this girl wide open.
Yep, there she is. And not able to get the shot, though, and the rebound also doesn't work, but they get the foul.
This time the foul is going to be called on number 30, Susanna Cruz. That'll be her first, sending Autumn Noonemaker to the line to shoot two. She misses on that first free throw attempt.
Haley Gill will go back in the ball game for Bella Rhodes. Noonemaker makes her second. 22-7. Lady Tigers, 3 minutes and 30 remain in the first half. Bella Rhodes with another attempt there from the top elbow.
That's Haley
Gill. Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
There's Hoagland now for Fayetteville. Bounce pass into the low post. Now back out to Martin. Low side layup. That was from Noonemaker, it appeared.
Yes, Autumn Noonemaker now just having her way with the Lady Champions down low.
Kagan Young spins there from the top side up to Cruz. To Sophie Ray, top post, and taken away thanks to Noonemaker. Back to Fayetteville City. On the high side with Hoagland. Stops it. Keeps a steady dribble here at top of the key out in midcourt. Now passes up high to Simpson. Now to Ewing. to Martin, to Simpson. Now with Hoagland still at top of the key. The bounce pass down low to Martin. A lot of diversion here, back to Hoagland.
Good, Kagan Young.
Kagan Young had enough of it. She goes to the net herself. Good for 2.
Just great defense that time from Kagan Young.
Was not going to let them burn the clock like that. Isabella Martin to respond now with Fayetteville City. To Ewing, and a lot of mess here at top of the key. They ended up with Simpson. Cruz tries to keep it in bounds on the low side of the basket. The trade in here for Fayetteville. Clark comes in for Hoagland.
Fayetteville City will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Ewing from the low baseline. Works her way around now top of the key. Pass down low to Clark. Back to Martin. Down low to Clark. A spin through, right through coverage there.
Great defense this time.
Sophie Ray there to keep her from doing so.
They're going to call the foul on number 5, Sophie Ray. I don't agree with that call, but it has been made.
That's 2 fouls for Ray. Clock stopped at 1:49 with Clark at the stripe.
She connects on that first free throw attempt. Fayetteville City really doing a good job at the free throw line tonight. I say that so they will miss, and they do.
And there you go. Second shot not good there for Clark. 1:35 remain in the first half. 25-9 Fayetteville City. And a loose ball there from Kagan Young goes back to the Lady Tigers. Able to scoop it up and close it in with another 2 from Clark.
Just way too many turnovers in this first half, Brandon.
Kagan Young up to Susanna Cruz. She'll try straight away for 3. First bank 3, Susanna Cruz. 27-12 is the score now for Fayetteville with 1:10 in the first half. Straight at top of the key with Martin. Finds it up high with Clark behind the arc. Goes for 3. Can't get it to go. Now back to Kagan Young.
Need a run here.
On the top side. Up to Haley Gill. Gill up to Kagan Young. Young for 3 on the top end. Oh, yeah!
Another 3. That's back-to-back threes from your Cascade Lady Champions.
Say it again. Back-to-back first bank 3s for your Cascade Lady Champions. 27-15. 40 seconds remain in the first half. Got Fayetteville stopped for a minute. They'll pass down low to Ewing. Crowd is getting loud. Up to Clark. Rainbow pass down low to Martin.
Let this clock run.
To Ewing.
You like to get in the passing lanes here, maybe get another. Fayetteville City's going to call a timeout. They don't like what they're seeing either.
They've seen enough action, and we'll take a 30-second break. Cascade Lady Champions back-to-back 3s, trail 15-27. 22 seconds left. Actually, we'll keep it. I know better than that. Cascade Lady Champions basketball on the Zinger 100.9 and Cascade Champion basketball brought to you by First Bank, Curl Construction and Excavating LLC, Garrison Valley Farms, Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center, DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, and by State Farm, Rob Gardner, agent.
22.3 seconds left in this opening half. Let's see if the Lady Champions can put up a strong defensive effort, hold this lead to 12 points.
Gracie Hoagland inbounds it from the low sideline out to the 3 of Isabella Martin. She'll cross half court, 18 seconds to spare. Down low to Ewing. Young there to defend heavily on that low side behind the arc. Pass back to Martin, who's got pressure now from Bella Rhodes. The handoff to 30 of Hoagland.
Oh, that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, drop back there in the paint after Hoagland took that shot. She's going straight to that charity stripe.
Foul's going to be called on number 30, Susanna Cruz. That's 2 personal fouls on her, sending Hoagland to the line. She connects on that first free throw attempt. Connects on the second as well.
29-15. And that'll end the first half. Your Cascade Lady Champions trail, again, 15 to 29. 15 to 29 here at the first half of homecoming here from the stable. When we come back, we'll have the halftime report built by Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Cascade Lady Champion and Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9 tonight, taking on the Lady Tigers and Tigers of Fayetteville City. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
This is the season when not just our head, but our heart's in the game. A time when our town starts to feel more like our team. At First Bank, we're community superfans. We don't wear uniforms, but we all wear our heart for community on our sleeve. That means we're not just in the bleachers Friday nights. We're in your corner 24/7, cheering your goals even louder. Don't just get a bank, get a team. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
There's peace of mind when you discover quality local beef for your family that's backed by tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Taste the difference of locally processed beef, free of antibiotics, steroids, and hormones. They always have quarters of beef available and halves and wholes available by request. 931-389-1005. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturdays from 9 to 12. Fill your freezer with quality local beef backed by Bedford County tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Proud supporter of Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade Champions on the Zinger.
DNR Contractors is your local home improvement expert, locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience in the remodel industry. From roofing to remodels or home additions, DNR Contractors is here to help with your next home improvement project. Get your home holiday ready by calling my daddy today at 931-684-1685 or visit our website at dnrcontractors.com. Go Champs!
This is Cadence Miller, sophomore guard, and you're listening to your radio home of the Cascade Lady Champion Basketball, the Zinger 100.9.
Welcome back in the stable. Your Cascade Lady Champions trail at the half, 15 to 29 over the visiting Fayetteville City Lady Tigers. And folks, welcome into the halftime report now built by Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. We have here with you now Coach Chris Lawson, head coach Chris Lawson of your Cascade Champs, in a special homecoming game tonight, and got more work to do tomorrow night taking on Lincoln County. And first of all, Coach, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, doing real well. Obviously, we got canceled last Friday night. Supposed to have Grundy County coming here and them being up on the mountain. There was a little bit of weather coming in, and they decided to err on the side of caution, and they had to change that game, and we do have a makeup date now. That game is going to be on February 6th. That's a Monday night here. February 6th, the Grundy County game will be here. So that game's made up. But then we did the homecoming stuff that didn't get to go last Friday. We did that tonight at 5:15, and that was really good. Good fan base here tonight. Looks like a lot of people out Friday night, so excited.
Yeah, going to be a big night for your champions tonight. You know, after coming after that very close win Tuesday night. Talk to us about that, Coach. Was it what you expected?
Well, no, it definitely wasn't what I expected. But I'll tell you, you know, there's a little bit of a story behind it. We feel like we get to tournament time, we get down to region play, and we get past that. There could be a situation where we need to have something in our back pocket to go to if we get behind. We got to go to some type of press. So we've been working on a couple different things press-wise for 2 or 3 weeks. And I just decided, I told the coaches, told the guys, I said, Forest game, we're going to work on that the entire game. And so that's what we did. Not our characteristic half-court defense and solid man-to-man or solid zone, whatever. We pressed the whole game. and just trying to get better at it. We needed some in-game reps. And I thought we did well at times, but I thought too that Forest kind of got going and they got hot, and they jumped on us a little bit, and so we would get steals and then turn the ball over or make a bad decision. And we talked about that stuff at halftime. The other thing that I thought was very positive was in a game where it just wasn't going our way, we didn't play well, we had another kid step up and find something that I think will help us down the stretch, and that's Jaden Gulick. I mean, his confidence is soaring through the roof. And so if you're scouting against us, that's another guy. You can't leave him open.
Yeah, on a night that, Lucas Clanton and Jackson Davis were relatively quiet, Jaden Gulick just showed up. I mean, he turned the switch on and, really brought a lot of energy to the fan base. The stadium was rocking.
Yes.
And just a really exciting night for him.
Shout out to Mr. Gulick for sharing that highlight from our broadcast and just his back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was I shared it. She posted it. I shared it. Several other people shared it. But, everybody wants to win by 20 or 30 points. But, man, you go back and watch that when something like that happens and we get back in the game, take the lead, because if he doesn't do that, we're going into halftime down 7 or 8 points for sure. I don't know. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and the main thing is we're still undefeated in district play.
We are, and we talked about that. I'm not going to lie. When Forrest took the lead under a minute to go, the one thing I worried about was that, it might come down to a call by the official, a jump ball or a foul or something like that, and I didn't want that to happen. And I thought our guys handled that pretty well. We finished the deal there. And maybe we'll grow from that and be better.
And, tonight, Coach, we've got a very, very physical team coming in here from Fayetteville City. One of our keys to the game is to forget the pass. We kind of had our way with them.
It's so hard. You're dealing with high school kids, and we talk about that a lot. Down there, we played well.
We did.
And we played without Lucas Clanton most of that game. He was in foul trouble. But that's in the past.
That's right.
And they're coming in here, you better believe, licking their chops, wanting revenge. And this is always a high-energy, tradition kind of game. And so, I mean, it should be a tough test for us tonight.
We were also reminded about those two players from Fayetteville that were gone for a football all-star game.
Yep.
That
Isaiah
night.
Thomason, number 23, and Johnson, number 24. They'll be back tonight.
And Brian, you didn't like that night. Like, well, I want to play the real Fayetteville.
Well,
if we're going to play them,
We get to play them tonight, so we'll see what those guys have in their arsenal. And I know that they're going to be a very well-coached team and a very physical, fast team. But that's on the nights that you have to really focus on your coaching and your fundamentals, and I know our guys will do that tonight. I'm excited about the game that we're going to get to see later on tonight.
Absolutely. We will do our best to not get behind big early and to not put everybody in stress mode and that kind of thing, but, just sometimes that's the way it goes. Hopefully we got that out of our system.
That's right. Well, Coach Lawson, we appreciate you coming up here and joining us tonight. Best of
Thank
luck
so
to
much.
you.
Thank you.
Let's bring home a victory.
Always welcome up here, and you can hear him on Cascade Coaches Show Monday nights at 7 p.m. And folks, we'll be right back here in a minute and 30 for half number 2, right here on the Zinger 100.9. Cascade Lady Champions trail 15-29 over the visiting Fayetteville City Lady Tigers.
When the Cascade family needs top-quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around-the-clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. Cascade Vet Hospital. Hi,
I'm Blake Bloom from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today. 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
Half number 2 underway right here at the Zinger 100.9 for your Cascade Lady Champions. Trailing 15-29 here as we start this half number 2. Fayetteville right under their bucket and put the shot up off the mark, and whistle blows.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick foul on Cascade's number 2, Kagan Young. That'll be her second personal foul. We are really trying to double team this Autumn Noonamaker, leaving some other girls open. They get the ball back to Noonamaker and we foul her. She misses on that first free throw attempt.
Here comes Sophie Ray and Bella Rhodes. Second shot on the way for Noonamaker.
She connects on that attempt.
So make it 30-15, Fayetteville City. Kagan Young on the charge now for the Lady Champions. Stops straight at top of the key, goes for the jumper. And it's going back to the line for Kagan Young.
That foul was on number 3, Isabella Martin. That's her first, team's first of this half. Kagan Young misses on that first free throw attempt.
Second shot at the Garrison Valley Farms free throw line underway.
She misses on that second attempt as well. We're now only 2 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
That hurts, Brian. 15-30 is the Fayetteville lead. They're in the paint now down low. Pass out the top of the key. It's handed out to at the wrong end here. Up on the top side with Ellie Bain. Low side with Hoagland. She drives in under the bucket on the low end. Off the mark, goes back to Sophie Ray. Sophie Ray to Kagan Young. Young crosses half court on the low side. Goes straight into the hoop and sails right over.
That's a layup that you got to make there if you're Kagan Young.
Back to Isabella Martin. The handoff to Dixon. She'll throw one up off kilter on the low post. Won't find its way. Goes back to the Lady Champions.
Fortunate we didn't get an over-the-back call that time against Isabella Rhodes.
Lena Carter hands out to Kagan Young. She'll cross the half court and stop right there. Backs up towards midcourt with one heavy on the defense. Down low to Lena Carter and getting grabbed. Ball getting grabbed by Trinity Dixon.
The ball's tied up by Trinity Dixon. The possession arrow goes in the favor of Cascade. We'll be inbounding it right in front of her own bench.
Carter to Miller, back to Carter. The pass into the low post to Sophie Ray. She'll spin around, up for the shot. It rolls back out off the rim and goes to the hands of Gracie Hoagland. Cross half court through the middle. The pass down low to Dixon and to Martin. Pass around the arc, bottom to top to Bain. Low corner, low post with Hoagland. She'll find her way on the low side, layup off the glass for 2.
That is just too easy.
Textbook. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Sophie Ray inside the paint immediately goes up for the shot.
Great shot by Sophie Ray this time.
32-17. That's what she wanted to do last round. It's now Fayetteville with the ball up on the top side with Trinity Dixon. She'll fly into the top post for the shot. Off the mark, and Cascade not going to put a hand on it. Hopefully it'll stay their possession, and it does. Cadence Miller from the bottom baseline.
Susanna Cruz back in the game for Bella Rhodes. Scores 32-17, 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third.
Kagan Young lines up there at top of the key, spins it around, goes for the jumper right there dead in the middle. Off the mark, Sophie Ray goes for the rebound on the top post. Also misses, and it's a scramble there at half court. Sophie Ray caught in the middle of it And after all the fire, it's Trinity Dixon at midcourt. Slow dribble, hands it down low to Gracie Hoagland. Low corner now with Ellie Bain. Slings it from bottom to top up to Martin, and she'll drive it in on the right lane. Out low to Bain for the jumper. Rolls out to the right into the hands of Sophie Rays. Ray gets it over to Kagan Young. Back to the Lady Champion side of the court with Young up to Lana Carter, who drives in straight through the middle, down low to Susanna Cruz. The jumper up from Cruz tips off the edge of the rim on the bottom side. And they're calling a whistle.
They're going to call a foul on Susanna Cruz. That's going to be her third personal foul.
Can't believe it.
Just trying to tie the ball up there.
Back to the Lady Tigers with Trinity Dixon. To Isabella Martin. 4 minutes and 40 remain in the third. It's Lady Champions trailing 17-32 over Fayetteville. Trinity Dixon, top of the key. Gets a screen from Bain and pass up high to Martin. Martin spins, rolls it around, looks back up to Bain midcourt.
Timeout, Fayetteville City.
Coach Holly Hoagland takes the timeout for the Lady Tigers, and we will as well. Be back in 30 seconds here on the Zinger 100.9. Lady Champions trail 17-32 in the third.
On game night, winning is everything. But at First Bank, we know life's big wins happen off the field. Like when you win that amazing heart, when you win your first classroom's respect, or when you win your employees' loyalty and find the home that wins their smiles. Life's big wins take a bank big on you. Join a team that helps you win not only on game day, but on days you never forget. First Bank, the official bank of TSSAA. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
4 minutes and 27 remain here in the third. It's 17-32. Fayetteville with the lead here at home on homecoming. Trinity Dixon hands it up to Ellie Bain right under the bucket. It's in for two.
That's just a lack of defense there, Brandon.
Kagan Young crosses half court right through the middle with a steady dribble. Moves it forward. Finds Haley Gill and can't get the pass to Sophie Ray at the low post. Goes back the other way, but Ellie Bain charging there on the top side lane, and rebound after that missed shot by Isabella Martin, I believe, to knock it in for two. 36-17 Fayetteville. Now Kagan Young takes the jumper there from the foul line, ducks way back out to where she shot it from, back to Isabella Martin. Martin crosses half court to Nunemaker, now up top to Hoagland. She'll drive into that right lane. Missed. Nunemaker there to rebound on the low side. It's missed, and Miller to return it for the Lady Champions. Back to Kagan Young. Cross half court. She'll go for three. Point blank. No good, and goes back Trinity Dixon.
That's an all right shot right there from Kagan Young. We're way behind. We've got to make some shots.
Dixon able to knock it in from straight on.
Timeout, Coach JD. Scores 38-17, 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third.
We'll take another 30-second break here on the Zinger.
Getting the job done right on a major construction project takes experienced professionals, the kind you will find when you call Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Like your Cascade basketball squads, Curl hits the ground running while working to get the job done and beating the clock to meet your project deadline. Serving Middle Tennessee's construction and excavation needs for 25 years and still building. Make your project a slam dunk with Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Call 931-389-6996. Curl Construction.com. Dig deep and plow, Champion Nation.
And back here from the second timeout, this one from your coach, head coach Janie DeMumbrium. We trail 17-38, 3 minutes and 13 remaining in the third quarter. Glad you're joining us here on the Zinger 100.9 for Cascade Lady Champion and Champion Basketball on WZNGradio.com and also on the free mobile app, the Zinger 100.9 on the App Store and Google Play.
Brandon, that's a 9-2 run for the Lady Tigers from Fayetteville in the early minutes of this third period. We've got to do something to put some points on the board.
Leda Carter inbounds it from the low sideline out to Kagan Young, who hands it up to Sophie Ray. Quick shot there to Haley Gill. To Kagan Young to Sophie Ray, low post. Gets some trouble there from Nunemaker and company, also Ellie Bain. And that'll send Sophie Ray to the Garrison Valley line.
They're going to call that foul on number 10, Ellie Bain. That'll be her first. Team second. Sophie Ray at the line to shoot two. She misses on that first free throw attempt. Now, Brandon, we are 2 for 9 from the free throw line. Those points are important. We miss another.
Lost for words here, Brian. 2 minutes and 55 remain in the third. 17-38 is the deficit for your Lady Champions. 3-point shot from down low from Asia Ewing. It's off the mark, goes back to Kagan Young. Low side, cross half court. Up to Miller, knocked out again from Hoagland.
Hoagland takes that shot up, but she is fouled by number 14, Cadence Miller. That'll be her first personal foul.
Not what you wanted to see.
No, just some sloppy passes there. Hoagland at the line to shoot 2.
Could have just been a missed shot and out of bounds.
She connects on that first free throw attempt. Fayetteville City 9 of 13 from the free throw line. And now 10 for 14.
Hoagland hits the second.
This game is getting out of reach.
Kagan Young tries to regroup here to Haley Gill, low elbow. And the hand back out to Lena Carter, now up to Kagan Young. Young to Sophia Ray behind the arc on the top side. And a sailing pass to Kagan Young, trying to get it to the low post. Falls out to the cheerleaders. It'll be Trinity Dixon. Walking across half court. Top of the key, 3-point shot, misses. Almost gets her own rebound there.
Now Autumn Nunemaker is fouled on the putback. She'll be going to the line to shoot 2. The foul's called on Cascade's number 13, Haley Gill. That's her second personal foul.
So there goes Nunemaker. Back at the line this evening.
She connects on that first.
4 fouls for Cascade this second half, 2 for Fayetteville.
Only 2 points for Cascade in the second half.
Second shot misses for Nunemaker, and it's up now with Lena Carter for 3. Off the edge of the rim, Bella Rhodes trying to keep it in play.
She falls out of bounds. Ball going back to Fayetteville City.
Trinity Dixon will jog across half court. And low, sneaky pass there to the low post to Ewing.
Yes, they call it. But that's still, Brandon, we're leaving that girl running the baseline open far too often.
Young hands it in to Sophia Ray inside the paint. She'll look down low for the bucket. Sophia Ray, the playmaker from the post.
Good move that time by Sophia Ray.
Under 1:30 remain in the third quarter. Trail 19-41 over the Lady Tigers. Ellie Bain dives into that low post for the layup, misses, and Nunemaker tried to keep the rebound. Sophia Ray said,
Yeah, but they're going to call a foul, unfortunately, on number 11, Isabella Rhodes. That'll be her first personal foul. Fayetteville City will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Dixon hands it out from the low trigger and goes for the low side jumper. 3 ball, it's good. 44-19 Fayetteville with 1:05 remaining in the third. Cadence Miller to Bella Rhodes, down low to Lena Carter. Now low post with Sophia Ray. It's a faint pass blocked by Ellie Bain and goes back to the Lady Tigers. Here comes Gracie Hoagland walking across half court, going to try to cut these last seconds of the third quarter. Standing dribble. And the pass down low to Trinity Dixon. Dixon hands it back out to midcourt. Kagan Young and Cadence Miller the first in line. Going for the passes. Went to Bain, back to Dixon, back to Bain. Now down low with Ewing.
Very
Dixon
content
to
with
Bain.
getting the last second shot here.
To Ewing, 20 seconds remain, up to Bain. And now back again to Dixon. Down low to Ewing. Having flashbacks of December, Brian.
Yes.
And not good ones. 8 seconds remain. Here comes Dixon charging in on the low lane.
They just make it look easy, Brandon.
Sneak in that last layup at 3 seconds remaining. That one's from Ellie Bain, and that'll end the third quarter of play.
46-19, Lady Tigers leading big.
We'll be back,
Cascade champions.
and we'll be back for fourth quarter action in 1 minute right here on the Zinger 100.9.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade champions on the Zinger.
Are you planning that next big project and thinking how nice it would be if I had a dumpster right there on site? Then call DNR Dumpsters in Shelbyville. DNR Dumpsters provides quality and convenient dumpster rental service for commercial and residential applications. Roll-off dumpsters with prompt delivery, even next-day delivery and haulaway available. Call DNR Dumpsters at 931-684-1685. For more information, visit dnrdumpsters.com.
This is Annabelle Calvert, junior guard, and you're listening to the radio home for Lady Champions Basketball, the Zinger 100.9.
Into the fourth quarter, a three-point shot coming from the top side from Trinity Dixon. It's off the mark. And now to Kagan Young. Crosses half court on the bottom side. Behind the arc, bounce pass into Sophie Ray. Back out to Young. Young tries to find Susanna Cruz. She does on the low side behind the arc. Into Sophie Ray. Low post. Goes for the jumper. Too short. Goes back to Ellie Bain of the Lady Tigers. To start quarter number 4, Cascade Lady Champions trail 19-46. Bain right there in the low paint. Shot is stopped, and there'll be a foul.
Foul's going to be called on number 11, Isabella Rhodes. That's her second. Team 6. 6 fouls to 2 in this second half. Ellie Bain at the line to shoot 2. She connects on that first one. And the second.
So now 19-48 is the deficit for your Lady Champions. Here comes Young with Cruz in tow. Crossing half court up to Lena Carter. Top elbow with Sophie Ray. She'll go for the jumper right then and there. Bounces back out and to Trinity Dixon. Dixon cruises it along half court. Right through the middle for the jumper. Veers off to the left. No good. And Lena Carter there to pick it up before the whistle.
She's going to be fouled by number 13. Trinity Dixon. That'll be her third personal foul.
Make it 6 fouls the second half for your Lady Champions. 3 for Fayetteville. Carter dishes out to Young. She'll cross half court. Up high to Carter. Sophie Ray on that top post now.
Just can't get over the reach of Autumn Nunemaker.
Ball up in the air, straight to Nunemaker. To Martin. Now on their end, 3-point shot from the top 45 angle from Martin is too short. Goes back to Bella Rhodes. Rhodes to Kagan Young down low. Cross half court on the low corner. Young tries to find Sophie Ray. Ray just can't believe she couldn't get it. It's sling there to Nunemaker to try to make another play. This one's going the other way. After the whistle, nope. To the foul line. It'll be Autumn Nunemaker.
They call that foul on number 11, Isabella Rhodes.
Got this crowd in a frenzy.
Autumn Nunemaker misses on that first free throw attempt.
Cadence Miller and Haley Gill coming in for Cruz and Rhodes. Second shot on the way for Nunemaker. Also missed. 6 minutes and 20 remain in the ball game. 19-48 is the trail for your Lady Champions. Haley Gill, low post, hands it way back out behind the arc. 3-ball from Lena Carter.
Lena Carter for 3.
You could call that from back there. First bank 3 for the volleyball player, Lena Carter. Trail 22-48. 6 minutes remain in the ball game. Low side, Isabella Martin to Trinity Dixon. Out at the top of the key. Gets the screen. Top post from Nunemaker. Rolls out, and Gill there to pick it up. Boxes out. Gets the pass successfully over to Lena Carter. Low side with Sophie Ray. Put the jumper up. Count it. Great playmaking there. Last 2 plays for the Lady Champions. 48-24 is the deficit now. 5 minutes and 30 remain in the ball game. Trinity Dixon up to the top to Bain. Spins. Moving in for the shot. It's too short. Gets her own rebound. Taken away by Sophie Ray. Right under the bucket. And taken away again. I think after the pass to Kagan Young. And that's a points up on the board off the glass from Martin. Low side layup made it 50-24. Cadence Miller behind the arc on the top side. Another swat from Ellie Bain. Take it right back. Here comes Kagan Young. Low post up for the layup. Nope. Back again, Isabella Martin.
This game's getting fast and physical here.
We're ripping back and forth, Brian, and now it's with Fayetteville's end. Slow it down, hand off to Trinity Dixon.
Just
and a foul, a bad shot there right under the glass from Nunemaker. Gives it right back to the Lady Champions. Cadence Miller. Pass to Kagan Young, out to Miller. Miller tries from the sweet spot and shoots right back out towards Sophie Ray, but falls into Nunemaker's hands. She'll hand it back out to Ellie Bain. 4 minutes and 20 remain now. 24-50 is the deficit for your Lady Champions. Low side to Trinity Dixon. Now low corner, 3-point shot coming from Martin. It's too far.
Just got to find a body and box them out. Not doing that tonight.
Falls out of bounds behind the bucket. And it will be Fayetteville handing it back out, but a timeout will be taken. We'll take one as well. 4 minutes and 9 remain in the ball game. Lady Champions trail 24-50. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When the Cascade family needs top quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around the clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. Cascade Vet Hospital.
Welcome back from the timeout. Cascade Lady Champions trail 24-50 here on the Zinger 100.9. Brandon Crossan alongside Brian Cruz. Brian, I was told there's a cheer-off going on right now. It's getting really loud here in the stable.
It's filling up and getting loud.
Between both cheerleading squads, and I think the student section's playing a part as well.
I suspect when we get this boys' game underway, we're going to have some fireworks.
You're not going to hear much. That's for sure. Top baseline to hand it out. It's Trinity Dixon, and she finds Kalia Simpson, over to Kagan Young, who gets the rip, finds the top of the rim and misses. There to rebound, it's Cadence Miller, and low side with Kagan Young. She'll find it on the low side for the layup. Good for 2. 50-26 is the deficit now for the Lady Champions. Under 4 minutes. Nunemaker picks up the rebound after a missed shot there from the Lady Tigers. Trinity Dixon picks it up from top of the key.
Foul's going to be called on Sophie Ray. That's her 3rd personal foul. Team's 8th, sending number 1, Asia Ewing, to the line to shoot 1-1. Asia Ewing connects on that first free throw attempt.
Asia Ewing, not one of the starters for the Lady Tigers this evening. Nunemaker goes back to the bench.
She's probably done for the night with a score of 51-26.
I think they put Caden Parks out there for her. They did. I haven't seen Caden Parks here tonight. Second shot is good at the line for Ewing. 3 minutes and 30 remain. It's a trail 26-51, Haley
Gill fouled as she goes up for that shot underneath the basket.
Oh, you got it. She's headed to the Garrison Valley free throw line.
She's fouled by number 21, Caden Parks, who just entered the game. Haley Gill on the board for Cascade with her first free throw. Connects on that second attempt as well. It bounces off the backboard, bounces off the rim, and finally goes in.
Yeah, got lucky with that second shot. Hey, both shots made for junior Haley Gill, 28 to 51. Cascade trails, 3 minutes and 15 remain in the ball game. It's Caden Parks at top of the key, hands it up high to Ewing. Now out to Isabella Martin. Back to Dixon. And hit out of bounds on the top side. It'll be Asia Ewing. To pass it back in right there from midcourt. Out to Kalia Simpson. Simpson moves her way up towards the top corner. Now thinks better of it. Hands it back out to Dixon. Dixon flies it up there on the glass and misses. And it'll go from top corner to bottom out of bounds. And Haley Gill will inbound it for the Lady Champions out to Kagan Young. Young crosses half court through the middle. Spins and travels.
Called with a travel there.
Can't do that. And for the Lady Tigers, it's India Bryson for Trinity Dixon. So Ewing takes it here with under 3 minutes now in the ball game. And it's Ewing down low, moves in through the paint, now up top to Clark. Shot goes up from the top side and missed. Lena Carter tries to get it going back our way.
She's going to be fouled by number 12, Kalia Simpson. That's her third, team's fifth.
Carter out to Kagan Young. Cross half court through the middle. Low to Lena Carter to Gill. Low post. Shot goes up, rolls around the edge of the rim, low side. Whistle again.
This time the foul is going to be on Cascade's number 5, Sophie Ray. That'll be her fourth personal foul, sending number 12, Kalia Simpson, to the line to shoot 1-and-1. 9 team fouls now against Cascade.
And they just keep adding up. Kalia's first shot is good. Folks, the boys' game coming up momentarily. Mr. David McGee in the house. Second shot good for Kalia Simpson. Makes it 53-28. Lady Tigers over your Lady Champions. 2 minutes and 5 remain. Three-point shot up high. Lena Carter. First bank three for her. Makes it 53-31. 2 minutes remain flat. And it's Asia Ewing. The handout to Bryson. Bryson spins, knocks into Lena Carter, top elbow shot, off the backboard, good.
Banks it in.
No problem for Bryson, 55-31. Lady Tigers, here comes Kagan Young on the low lane. Trying to loop it through to Sophia Ray, it appears. That'll be a foul on Fayetteville. It'll be Kagan Young to the Garrison Valley line.
Kagan missing on that first free throw attempt. And connects on the second attempt.
55-32, under 2 minutes. Now for the Lady Champions. Crossing half court, it's Asia Ewing for the Lady Tigers. Down low, 45, 3 points for Caden Parks. As they keep adding to it, Kagan Young crosses half court, low side, goes for the off-balance shot. Miller tries to keep the rebound, but yet taken away by Caden Parks. Parks to Ewing, under the bucket now with Simpson. That's going to miss, and Kagan Young to take it back up high. It's taken back again by Ewing, left side. Lays it up on the backboard. It's off.
Lena Carter is fouled as number 12, Kalia Simpson, has gone over her back. She's going to commit her 4th personal foul in this game.
And Coach JD about to send in the secondary.
Yes, a full substitution now with Cadence Bynum in the game. Avery Villabena, Sarah Floyd, Anna Clinton, and Lena Carter shooting 1-1. She misses on that first attempt and her only attempt.
Taken out by Fayetteville City to Clark. Right there in the paint, and another whistle. Good to see a coach that'll give these younger players and the other players the game time they need.
Cadence Bynum commits her first personal foul in this game, sending number 00 to the line of Miracle Clark. She connects on that first free throw attempt.
And finally, it'll be Abrielle Presley in for Lena Carter.
She connects on that second free throw attempt as well.
So Villapania to Anna Clanton. Back to Avery. Caught in the middle of two. And they'll take it right back. Here comes Clark to snatch it. And Villapania wants it back. She's heavy on Miracle Clark's line of sight. Hand up top to Smith. She'll try to knock another one for three and won't get it from the top 45 angle. Goes back down low to Clark. The wraparound up high to Nunemaker. Just takes one for breakfast there at the line.
Why we have Autumn Nunemaker back in the game for Fayetteville City, I'll never understand. But she has picked up a foul and will be coming right back out.
25 seconds on the board. Cascade trails 32-60 here in the fourth quarter. And Clanton will hand it in for Villapania. Cross half court, she'll zag from bottom to top, takes a spin, goes to that low elbow, picked up there by Abrielle Presley, shot off to the left, rebounded on the top side, and nope, taken away, stolen by Miracle Clark.
5 seconds left in this game.
Ewing.
And she's fouled outside the three-point arc by Sarah Floyd. Will be sending Fayetteville City to the line for 3 free throws with this game way out of control. That's number 1, Asia Ewing at the line to shoot 3. She misses on that first attempt. She connects on the second attempt.
All
and
3.
Also on the third. So she's 2 of 3.
Hannah Clanton on the low side, passes half court, and that ends regulation. Cascade Lady Champions fall again tonight. Final score 32-62 here at homecoming versus the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville. When we come back, we'll have your post-game report built by DNR Contractors. Also have our Player of the Game and Heart of a Champion awards to give out. And then we'll be heading on to the boys' action here tonight. Your Cascade Champions having a hungry matchup against the Tigers of Fayetteville. And, as we said at the halftime, they're coming back licking their chops from this past December. And we're looking forward to another great matchup. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the halftime report built by Kroll Construction and Excavating. Again, final score for your Lady Champions, 32-62.
Hi, I'm Blakeman from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today, 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
This is the season when not just our head, but our heart's in the game. A time when our town starts to feel more like our team. At First Bank, we're community superfans. We don't wear uniforms, but we all wear our heart for community on our sleeve. That means we're not just in the bleachers Friday nights. We're in your corner 24/7, cheering your goals even louder. Don't just get a bank, get a team. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
There's peace of mind when you discover quality local beef for your family that's backed by tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Taste the difference of locally processed beef, free of antibiotics, steroids, and hormones. They always have quarters of beef available and halves and wholes available by request. 931-389-1005. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturdays from 9 to 12. Fill your freezer with quality local beef backed by Bedford County tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Proud supporter of Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger.
This is Susanna Cruz, and you're listening to the home for Cascade Champion and Lady Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9.
And back here from the stable, your Cascade Lady Champions fall tonight. Final score 32-62 here at homecoming against the Fayetteville Lady Tigers. And we welcome you in now to the post-game report built by DNR Contractors, Brandon Crossan alongside Brian Cruz. And just joining us now, Mr. David McGee for the boys game. And again, final score 32-62. And it didn't feel much different than early December, Brian.
Yeah, last meeting, the score was 61-33.
That sounds about right.
This time, 62-32. So, you'd like to think that we had made some progress since then, but coming out tonight against a very physical team like Fayetteville City, they really showed that they are bigger, faster, stronger than us, and they come out victorious. We had a lot of turnovers again tonight. We also were unable to connect on our free throws. We were 5 of 14. Fayetteville City had 18 points from the free throw line tonight, so we were having to foul them. They were connecting on their free throw opportunities. We missed on ours. So a 3-game week, we got to bounce back and play again tomorrow night. It's going to be another tough matchup tomorrow night. But, you got to flush this and just keep working and hope to get better, correct on the mistakes that you made in this game tonight.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any easier for these Lady Champions. Of course, Lincoln County tomorrow night, the makeup game. And then before you know it, on the horizon, we got another Battle of Bedford with Unionville, and that'll be on the road. So a lot coming up in Watertown next Tuesday at Watertown. So plenty lined up for them. Let's take a look now at the State Farm player, Rob Gardner, State Farm agent player of the game, and also our Cascade Vet Hospital Heart of a Champion.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm going to award the Rob Gardner State Farm player of the game to Lena Carter tonight. She finished with 6 points, but she had a tough task face guarding Gracie Hoagland, number 30. As you'll recall, last matchup against Fayetteville City, Gracie Hoagland really was causing us a lot of problems. Lena Carter face guarding her tonight, limited her to 8 points, really working hard on both ends of the floor. 6 points for the night and playing a lot of great defense. She will be our State Farm Rob Gardner player of the game. And for your Heart of a Champion, that's going to go to our sophomore, number 5, Sophie Ray. She finished tonight's contest with 7 points, played a lot of minutes. She committed 4 fouls of her own, but had her hands full with Autumn Noonamaker. Limited her to 10 points. She started the game off really strong, but, hats off to Sophie Ray. She never quits. She's got what it takes to build a program. She is a Heart of a Champion. She's your Cascade veterinarian, Heart of a Champion.
I agree with you 100%, Brian. Those two stood out the most tonight. Player of the game, Rob Gardner State Farm agent Lena Carter, and Cascade Vet Hospital Heart of a Champion, Sophie Ray. Congratulations to them both. And again, we wish happy birthday to all three, Annabelle Calvert, Susanna Cruz, and Bella Rhodes. all celebrating birthdays tonight at homecoming. And now we shift focus now to the boys' action. Warming up now on the stable court. It's their Cascade champions taking on the Fayetteville Tigers in homecoming tonight. These two don't like each other at all, and might as well be another one of those classic rivalries. I send you now to Mr. David McGee.
Good evening, Brandon. Good evening, Brian. Welcome to Cascade High School tonight as Fayetteville City travels over here to Bedford County to the Cascade Gymnasium for this rematch. Again, you mentioned it earlier, rematch from December 9th, I believe, when Cascade was in Fayetteville for the boys contest. Cascade came out on top, a score of 61-29. As we mentioned several times, this game was one that was on the radar for the champions, but it turned out to be, what seemed to be a somewhat easy matchup there in Fayetteville. I'm not sure if that's exactly going to be the case tonight, but I tell you what we'll do. We'll open things up. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more as we get ready to watch Cascade Champion basketball right here at Cascade High School tonight. You're listening to Cascade Champion basketball on the Zinger 100.9. Phyllis, open us up.
Shoot it a little more. We're going to maybe get a few more possessions per game. It's going to be a little more.
Number 24, Algeria. It's not Algeria. It's Algeria.
Time to unleash the champions. You're tuned into the radio home of Cascade Champions basketball. WZNG Shelbyville, the Zinger 100.9 and AM 1400. The student section is loud, the teams are warmed up, and we're almost set for the opening tip-off. Let's send it courtside live. Here's David McGee and Brian Cruz.
All right, welcome in here to Cascade High School. It's your Cascade champions hosting Fayetteville City tonight. You got me right, Brian?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so hosting Fayetteville City tonight. It's going to be quite the matchup. Tough game just past Tuesday night with the champions still here at home this past Tuesday, and just a nail-biter victory over Forest here at home. Not what anyone was expecting. I'm not sure. I know the champions did several things good. Some champions did great. Some champions didn't bring their A game that night, but Forest certainly did bring their A game. But Cascade was able to come out victorious over Forest, a score of 63-58. We can move forward to tonight. It's Fayetteville here at home, and then tomorrow night we'll go to Fayetteville and play Lincoln County. So lots of basketball action this week here for the Cascade champions and Lady champions. Brian, what do you think?
I think we're in for a very, very exciting night of basketball here at the stable. This is a very, very fast, very, very physical team. Just like the girls' contest we watched. In a game like this, David, you've got to focus on your fundamentals, focus on your coaching, slow the tempo down, and hopefully we can do that tonight against a very, very talented team.
Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Sean Roberts and Miss Kimberly Roberts, I was looking around to see them. I'm not sure if they're here. If they're not here, they're probably on their way here. But hopefully we'll get to see one of those DNR dumpster dunks tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's from the Cascade
I do
champions,
too. I do too.
There's some athletes on this Fayetteville City team.
They've got some height.
Very, very capable of doing that very thing.
So about 6 minutes away before we get started here. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a quick timeout. We want to thank our sponsors. First Bank, Curl Construction, Garrison Valley Farms, Cataldo Auto Repair Service, DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, and State Farm Agent Rob Garner. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back to Cascade High School, have the keys to the game, and get ready for starting lineups. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball right here on the Zinger 100.9.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade Champions on the Zinger.
DNR Contractors is your local home improvement expert. locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience in the remodel industry. From roofing to remodels or home additions, DNR Contractors is here to help with your next home improvement project. Get your home holiday ready by calling my daddy today at 931-684-1685 or visit our website at dnrcontractors.com. Go Champs!
When the Cascade family needs top quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around the clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. CascadeVetHospital.com.
Hi, I'm Blake Loon from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today. 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
You're listening to The Zinger 100.9 and AM 1400 WZNG Shelbyville, your radio home for Cascade Champions basketball.
Welcome back to Cascade High School. Just a few minutes before we get started. Brian, let's talk about the Catata Auto Repair Service. Keys to the game for tonight's matchup between Cascade Champions and Fayetteville City
Tigers.
I can never get it right.
You know, these teams look a lot alike, David, but wearing both orange and black, and our team's in the white uniforms tonight. But one thing that we talked to Coach Lawson about is this first matchup against Fayetteville City in early December. The champions were victorious 61-29 over the Fayetteville Tigers. So the Cars' keys to the game tonight, number one, is going to be forget the past. Fayetteville City Tigers suiting up a couple of extra guys tonight, being number 23, Isaiah Thomason, and number 24, Algeray Johnson. Those guys were still playing football back when we played them in the first contest. So those guys are here tonight. We've got to forget the past, forget the score of that first game, and take care of business. Number two, when you play a fast, physical team like Fayetteville City, you've got to focus on the fundamentals that you've been taught, focus on the coaching, slow the tempo down, and, you know, make good on every possession that you have the basketball. And finally, number three, get out of the funk. We've been in a little bit of a slump here lately.
You're exactly right.
Our last contest against the Forest Rockets, we came out victorious, but there was not a person in this gymnasium that wasn't nervous with 1 minute left to play. And we just didn't play our Cascade champion basketball in that game. And a couple of games before that, you know, were called off due to weather. And then that other game against Community Vikings, we didn't play our best game that night either. So we've got to get out of the funk, play basketball like we know how to play, and hopefully come out victorious tonight in this Dunn District contest.
So there you have it, the Catata Auto Repair Service keys to the game. Brandon, tell us how they can follow us on Instagram and all that other good jazz.
It's quite simple, David. Just go to the Zinger 100.9 on Facebook or Instagram. Just all you do is search the Zinger 100.9 in the search bar. Sure to find us right there and go and give us a like or follow, and you'll be staying up to date on everything going on with the Zinger 100.9 and, of course, everything with Cascade champion basketball and football.
As well as enjoying our integration with the Cascade High School YouTube channel. If you're watching us from the YouTube channel, we appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the audio and video they're provided there for Cascade on the YouTube channel. Got a couple of my family members tuned in tonight over in the Murfreesboro area. Gwendolyn, Ron, Vincent, Violet. Good evening. Appreciate you tuning in. I think they might be watching us and listening to us on YouTube.
David, talking about that YouTube channel, Jaden Gulick, who we all talked about earlier before you got here, had just a great game. His mom shared a little clip, a highlight clip, when he went back to back on three-pointers from our YouTube feed and our radio broadcast. And, man, it fired me up the following day. And hopefully he can bring some more of that action tonight.
Absolutely.
We just about lost it.
Jaden Gulick was on fire.
Yeah.
He came to play basketball Tuesday night. Hopefully that's the case as well here tonight. So they're putting 8 minutes on the clock. We're getting ready for starting lineups from the Fayetteville City Tigers.
All
Brian,
right.
I'll let you have it.
The starting lineup for your Fayetteville Tigers is number 0, Kamarian Taylor. Number 5, Latrell Brown. Number 21, Bryson Johnson. Number 23, Isaiah Thomason. And number 24, Algeray Johnson. So as you heard us earlier, 23 and 24, they will be on the court tonight for Fayetteville City. The lights are out. The house music is turned up. And the Cascade fans are on their feet, waiting on the starting lineup for your Cascade champions.
Getting thunderstruck right about now.
This place is packed. This place will be wild. We're all hoping to see some great basketball tonight.
Homecoming here earlier this evening. And full house then, a full house now. Expecting some excellent basketball tonight.
All right, number 2 starting for your Cascade champions, the senior, Jaden Gulick. Number 12, the senior, Lucas Clanton. Number 13, the senior, Thomas Gentry. Number 20, the junior, Saban Burris. And number 24, the senior, Jackson Davis.
So there you have it, starting lineups for both teams. Your Fayetteville Tigers tonight dressed in black shorts, black jerseys with orange and white trim, white numbers. Cascade champions in their home whites, jerseys, shorts, orange trim, black trim and orange numbers. 8 minutes on the clock. Saban Burris heads to center court. He'll match up against Bryson Johnson from Fayetteville City. Whistle blows. Official makes his way to the center. And Cascade basketball is underway here at Cascade High School. Tips in the air. It'll go to Fayetteville City. They'll tip it to Taylor. Taylor brings the ball onto the Fayetteville side.
Cascade starting this game in a 2-3 zone defense.
They'll pass it high side to the wing outside the arc. Now back to the middle. Now try to go inside. The ball gets bobbled but picked back up by Fayetteville City. Taylor with the basketball at the moment. Goes inside, comes back out. They'll pass it to the high wing again. Can't do anything with it. Hands it off, sends it back out to the high side. Outside the three-point line. Takes a shot. Shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. They'll put it right back up with Isaiah Thompson there with the 2 points. Fayettille City on the board first here at Cascade High School. Cascade moving right to left on your radio dial, brings the ball up the court, crosses the timeline, goes high side to Gentry, back to the middle to Davis, now low side to Gulick, to Davis, to Burris, now to Clant inside the paint, back outside to Gentry on the high side, outside the arc. And Thomas Gentry starts things off with a three-pointer, a First Bank three-pointer to start the champions off tonight.
David, we've got to get contributions from everybody on the floor.
3-2 your score. Back on the Fayetteville City in number 5.
Latrell Brown.
Brown puts up a three-pointer from the low side, 45, and connects for 3. Fayetteville City up by 2. 5-3 your score. On the Cascade end, Burris takes a three-point shot from top of the key. That shot no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. We go to the other end. They'll pass it inside the paint. Can't do anything with it. Comes right back out. Now top of the key. Now to the free throw line now. Out. High side. Outside the arc in the high corner. They drive towards the basket from the high corner. Almost make it to the paint. Send it back out. Top of the key for the three-point shot. Again, this one from Taylor. Make it 8-3. Fayetteville City on top, leading by 5. Champions inbound to Davis. Davis brings the ball up the court. Crosses the timeline. He'll pass it low side to Gulick. Gulick outside the arc. Goes back top of the key to Burris. Burris back to Davis around the arc on the low side. Bounce pass inside to Clanton. Clanton turns, spins, takes a shot. Fadeaway jump shot.
Look at that.
Going towards the baseline. Count it for 2.
He was out the door, David.
Lucas Clanton. Make it 8-5. Back on the Fayettille City end. They'll pass it around the arc. They'll go high side with it. Take the three-point shot from the 45 on the high side off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, Lucas Clanton. Clanton's going to take it all the way back on his own. Go through the paint towards the basket. It's Clanton versus 3. The shot lays up. No good. Comes down. Clanton tries to get the rebound. The whistle blows.
They're going to call a foul, a quick foul on Fayetteville City's number 21. That's Bryson Johnson, his first, team's first. Cascade will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Jackson Davis inbounding for the champions. He looks. He finds Burris. Burris about 4 feet in front of him. Takes the jump shot from about 12 feet out. The 2-point jump shot, no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. As Fayetteville City brings it back down, Jackson Davis knocks it from their hands, but they recover, send it back out to the high wing, take the 3-point shot. That shot no good. Rebound, Saban Burris. Burris takes it all the way down this time. Sends it to the high corner to Thomas Gentry. Now back around the arc to Burris. Now cross court. Low side to Jaden Gulick. Gulick takes a 3-point shot. That shot no good. Rebound, number 24, you tell me how to say that. Algeray Johnson with a rebound for Fayetteville City. We go to the other end. They'll pass it to the low corner. Back around the arc. Bounce pass into the middle to the free throw line. Send it back out, low side, low corner. Back around the arc towards the middle. They'll drive inside through the paint. Lose control of the dribble. Ball's picked up by Jaden Gulick. We'll go to the Cascade.
It's going to take some smothering defense like that, David, to stay in this game.
4 minutes, 36 seconds on the clock. Fayetteville City ahead 8-5 on the Cascade end. They'll pass it around. Lucas Clanton with it. He'll go low side to Jaden Gulick. Gulick outside the arc. Picks up his dribble. Bounce passes. Tries to bounce pass it to Burris. The pass is picked off by Fayetteville City as they throw it down court. The champions regain possession of it. They'll give it to Lucas Clanton. Clanton takes a 3-point shot from the top of the key.
Welcome back, Lucas Clanton.
Like
Clanton
butter.
feeling it.
He got it. 8-8. Tie game now on the Fayetteville City end. They'll go around the arc. Start off on the low side. Now cross court. High side outside the arc. Back top of the key. Drive inside. Cross the free throw line. Send it back out. Low side. 45. Take the 3-point shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound. Saban Burris.
Good rebound by Saban Burris.
Burris gives it to Davis. Davis brings up ball up the court. Crosses the timeline. Sends it to Thomas Gentry. Gentry from outside the arc. Dribbles through from the high side through the paint. Towards the basket. Towards the basket. Takes the shot. The whistle blows. The foul here.
Called on number 21, Bryson Johnson. That's his second.
Is this a shooting foul?
They're not going to give him the shooting. Yes, they are going to give him the shooting foul.
It's hard to see how they were lining up. So Thomas Gentry for the champions will go to the line to shoot 2, giving the champions opportunity to take the lead here. Thomas Gentry at the free throw line. First shot on its way. Rattles. Falls good. Champions in the lead, 9-8. Substitutions on the floor for the champions. Zach Crosland comes in. Gulick comes out. Sawyer Lovern comes in. Saban Burris comes out. 3 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock. The score 9-8. Thomas Gentry at the line to shoot his second free throw shot. Second shot on its way. Count it. 10-8. Fayetteville City inbounds the ball. Brings the ball up the court. Crosses the timeline. From the middle. They'll pass it high side around the arc. Back to the middle. Square up, nope, bounce pass it. Low side, back to the middle, now high side, now to the high corner. Lose control of the dribble, the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover Fayetteville City. Cascade will pick it up from here. From the high side sideline on the Fayetteville City end, Crosland will inbound it. Just before he does, the whistle blows. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the floor by Fayetteville City.
Timeout from Fayetteville City. You know, David, what's interesting in this game, both teams have gone to their bench early.
So timeout on the floor, Fayetteville City. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, bringing you Cascade Champion, Lady Champion Basketball all season long right here on the Zinger 100.9. It's DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, State Farm Agent Rob Gardner, Garrison Valley Farms, Curl Construction, and First Bank and Cataldo Auto Repair Service. 3 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. The score 10-8. Cascade in the lead by 2. And this is about what I expected tonight, Brian. It's going to be a close game probably the whole night.
Yeah, we've just got to smother them with defense, play some smart, fundamental basketball. We can beat this team. We've shown that in the past.
Good move here by Coach Lawson, bringing in some guys to try to maybe avoid some foul trouble, I think is the strategy here. On the restart, Crosland will inbound it to Davis. Davis brings the ball to the court. He'll pass it high side to Clanton. Clanton dribbles towards the basket, turns, spins, loses control of the basketball, kicks it back out to Sawyer Lovern. Lovern loses control of it. It goes into the backcourt. Jackson Davis picks it up. No whistle. We'll bring it back on the Cascade end. We'll pass it low side to Clanton. Clanton outside the arc. from the 45, takes a three-point shot. It's short, hits the front of the rim, rebound. Lovern tries to put it back up. His shot's partially blocked. It's picked up by Fayetteville City. We go to the other end real quickly. They'll try to pass it out to the wing. It'll get bobbled, but they'll recover. Dribble inside the paint in front of the free throw line. Take the shot. Shot's no good. Rebound Lovern. Lovern gives it to Clanton. We go to the Cascade end. Clanton with it. Hands it off to Davis. Davis steps up to the free throw line. Takes the shot. The shot's no good. Rebound Crosland. Crosland kicks it out to Gentry. Low side outside the arc. Gentry passes right back into Crosland. Crosland sends it out to Lucas Clanton. Clanton takes it deep. Three-point shot. Count it for three. First bank three-pointer, Lucas Clanton, the score.
That's 8 points for Lucas Clanton early in this game.
13-8 on the Fayetteville City end. They'll pass it high side. Still outside the arc. Now they'll go inside. Turn around, pass it to the high corner. Back outside the arc. Work their way back towards the middle. Towards midcourt. Reset. Now bring it back in. They'll square up, take the three-point shot from the top of the key. Shot's no good. On the rebound, it's fumbled and then knocked into the hands of Zach Crosland. Crosland gives it to Davis, and all the champions go to the other end. Davis going to take this one inside the paint for himself. He backs in and takes one step too many, I believe, Brian.
Yeah, they're going to call it travel. We have Sawyer Lovern coming out of the game for Cascade. Isaac McElroy going in. So continuing to get our guys, keep them fresh and get new faces in on the floor.
Fayetteville City will inbound it, bring the ball up the court. Currently Taylor with it for Fayetteville City. 1 minute 48 seconds on the clock. They'll pass it high side outside the arc to Love. Love goes inside. Now back outside to Taylor. Taylor on the low side outside the arc, goes back towards the middle, crosses the free throw line. Kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson drives inside. Can't do anything with it. They'll send it out to the high corner. Take the three-point shot. The shot's no good. The ball goes out of bounds. It's a Cascade bench. It'll be Cascade basketball.
That was great boxing out that time for Cascade. Had them all boxed out and just allowed that ball to go out of bounds.
McElroy inbounds it for the champions to Davis. Davis crosses the timeline with 1 minute 22 seconds on the clock. Davis passes high side to Clanton on the wing outside the arc. Now back top of the key. Crosland on around to the low side to Davis. Davis back to the middle. Thomas Gentry squares up, fakes it, drives into the free throw line, kicks it back out to Davis. Davis to the low corner to McElroy. McElroy drives inside the paint. Across the baseline towards the basket, draws the foul.
Foul's going to be called on number 1, Samuel Willoughby, sending Isaac McElroy to the line to shoot 2.
Isaac McElroy at the line for the champions. 1 minute, 6 seconds on the clock. The score 13-8. Make it 14-8. McElroy connects on his first free throw. Jackson Davis now coming out of the game. Jaden Gulick back in the game as we await Isaac McElroy's second free throw shot. Second free throw on its way. Count it. 15-8. Champions now lead by 7. Fayetteville City inbounds it to Taylor. Taylor brings the ball up the court for the Tigers. They'll set things up at midcourt, and they'll try to control this last minute of basketball, or attempt to anyway. They'll pass it high side, now to the high corner, now inside, now back outside high corner. Now they'll work their way back towards the middle, still outside the arc, back to the high corner, bounce pass inside to the baseline, underneath the basket, pass it back out to the high corner. Now back to midcourt, back to the high corner. They're going to drive across the baseline towards the basket, bounce, pass it off in the middle, in the paint to number 23, Thompson. Thompson lays it up for 2, make it 15-10. Inbound for Cascade to Gulick. Gulick brings the ball up the court, crosses the timeline, passes low side to Thomas Gentry outside the arc. Gentry back to the middle to McElroy. McElroy top of the key. Back to Gulick. Gulick on the low side outside the arc. Back to Thomas Gentry. Top of the key. Gentry high side wing to Lucas Clanton. Clanton will step back to midcourt with 6 seconds on the clock. Clanton's going to drive in, drive towards the basket, turn, spin, take the shot. Rattles, no good. There's your buzzer. The end of one. The end of one. The score 15-10. Cascade champions 15. Fayetteville City Tigers 10. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back to Cascade High School. Right after this, you're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9.
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
On game night, winning is everything. But at First Bank, we know life's big wins happen off the field. Like when you win that amazing heart, when you win your first classroom's respect, or when you win your employees' loyalty and find the home that wins their smiles. Life's big wins take a bank big on you. Join a team that helps you win not only on game day, but on days you never forget. First Bank, the official bank of TSSAA. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Tucker McGee, and you're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9 WZNG.
All right, we restart the second quarter. Cascade inbounds. They take it to Gulick in the high corner. Gulick takes a three-point shot. Shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. On the Fayetteville City end, they'll drive inside. Pass it in the paint. Turn, take the shot in the paint. Shot's no good from about 4 feet in front of the basket. On the rebound, the whistle blows. The foul here going to be against Cascade.
Yeah, number 20, Saban Burris. That's his first personal foul, team's first.
And that's going to send
number 1, I believe, Samuel
Willoughby to the line to shoot for the Tigers. His first shot off the back of the rim, no good. He's a tall fella, Brown.
He really is.
Willoughby at the line, waiting his second free throw. On its way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Thomas Gentry. Good rebound by Thomas Gentry there. Gentry gives it to Davis. We'll go to the other end. Davis now to Gentry, low side, outside the arc. He'll back up. He'll make his motion for Davis to go to the low corner. He'll pass it to McElroy, top of the key. Now to Davis, outside the arc. Davis inside to Burris, back to Thomas Gentry, top of the key. Gentry goes towards the basket, through the paint, sends it back out to Gulick. Gulick to McElroy. McElroy's going to take his turn towards the basket. Drive through the paint, underneath the basket, underhanded. Up off the backboard, count it for 2. The whistle blows, he draws the foul. He'll get a 3-point attempt here at the free throw line.
He does it like nobody else.
That foul was called on number 1, Samuel Willoughby. That's his second personal foul, team's fourth.
McElroy at the line takes the 3-point shot, and it will count. Add 1, make it 18-10. 18-10.
That's 5 points for Isaac McElroy early in this contest. Players like that stepping up is what a coach likes to see.
Fayetteville City on the inbound, brings the ball up the court, crosses the timeline. Taylor with it. They'll pass it around, high side, bounce pass it inside the paint, send it back out.
Turnover.
They'll throw it away. They throw it away at the Cascade bench. Thompson tries to send it back out on the low side. Nobody's there to get it. It'll be a turnover for Fayetteville City, and Cascade will gain possession. McElroy will inbound it to Davis. Davis crosses the timeline onto the Cascade end. He'll go high side with it to Thomas Gentry. Gentry with it outside the arc. Gives it to Davis in the high corner. Now back to Gentry. Around the arc to McElroy. To Gulick will go to the low side. Now back to the middle. Thomas Gentry outside the arc. Now low side to Gulick. Gulick bounce pass to Burris, comes out at the top of the key. Burris drives inside, kicks it out to McElroy in the low corner. McElroy drives across the baseline from the low corner, lays it up off the backboard. Count it. Make it 20-10. Champions now in the lead by 10.
Mr. Clean making moves.
Yes, he is. He's waxing the floor tonight in that low corner for sure across the baseline. 6 minutes, 28 seconds on the clock. We're in the second quarter at Cascade High School. The score, Cascade 20, Fayetteville City 10. It's a full house. Fayetteville City inbounds it. Brings the ball up the court, crosses the timeline. They'll go low side with it. Low corner. Work their way back towards the middle. They'll step inside, cross the free throw line, take the shot. Shot's no good. Rebound, Champions. Davis passes long to Burris all the way up on the other end of the court. Burris going to drive towards the basket. Put up a kind of a sloppy shot, but I thought it had a shot. I thought it had a chance.
What he does? He continues to hustle. He gets the rebound. The player from Fayetteville City goes behind him, knocks the ball out of bounds. Cascade will get possession underneath their own basket.
They'll inbound it to McElroy in the high corner. McElroy brings it around the arc back to the middle. Pass to Gulick. Now on around the arc to the low side to Davis. Now back top of the key to McElroy. McElroy going to drive again, this time towards the basket through the paint. The shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. To the other end we go. They'll go low side with it. Still outside the arc at the moment. They step inside the arc. Now they'll back up. Cross court to the high corner. Now back to the middle. Now back to the high corner. Now bounce pass inside to the paint. Take the shot from about 6 feet out in the paint. Count it good. 20-12. Champions inbound to Davis to Clanton. Clanton all the way on the other end. Takes a three-point shot from the high corner. Shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. To the other end we go. It's a fast-moving ball game, Brian.
Yes. Got to find an answer for number 23, Isaiah Thomason. He's a strong, strong player for Fayetteville City.
They'll pass it all the way from one side to the other to the low side. Take the three-point shot from the low side corner. Count it good, 20-15. Just like that, they cut the lead from 10 to 5 with 5 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Champions inbound to Davis. He brings the ball up the court. Crosses to the Cascade end. Passes to Gulick. Low side. Bounce pass into Jaden Little, who's in the game now. Little kicks it out to the high corner to McElroy. McElroy does his thing. Cross the baseline towards the basket. He passes it to Gulick in the low corner. Gulick brings it back out to Davis. Top of the key. Now to Clanton. Around to the high side of the arc. Bounce pass inside to Little. Send it back out to Gulick. Gulick's going to step back to midcourt. Will reset. Gulick passes to Clanton. High side outside the arc. Clanton to McElroy. Top of the key. Now back to Gulick. Gulick hands it off to Davis at midcourt. Davis will reset. Davis going to drive towards the low side. Inside the arc, towards the basket. Take the shot. The shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City to the other end real quickly. They'll pass it outside, high side, take the three-point shot. It's an air ball. But Fayetteville City finds a way to get their hands on it. Put it back up. That shot no good. Rebound McElroy with it. McElroy's going to drive all the way down, across the timeline for the Champions this time. He'll make it to the three-point line, change his mind, and back up.
Smart play right there from Isaac McElroy.
Gives it to Gulick. Gulick hands it off to Clanton. Clanton with the basketball. Clanton's going to drive from the top of the key, cross the free throw line, take the jump shot. The shot's no good. Rebound, Fayetteville City. 3 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock. Fayetteville City's Taylor will take a three-point shot from the top of the key, make it good.
That's 3 3-pointers for Kamarian Taylor. He has 9 points in this game.
All of a sudden, that 10-point lead is now 2 points. 20-18 your score. Champions in the lead by 2. Gulick with the basketball on the champion side. They'll hand it off to Davis. Davis will pass to Little. Little now back to Gulick. Outside the arc on the low side. We'll pass it to Davis. High side outside the arc. Davis will step inside the three-point line and take the jump shot. Shot's no good. Rebound Fayetteville City. They'll pass it. High corner. Drive across the baseline towards the basket. Take the shot. The shot's no good. Rebound Little. Little loses control of it, or it's picked off. They'll put another shot back up. As they do, it looks like McElroy will draw the foul against Fayetteville City, and they'll send number 13. Is that right?
I believe they're going to call the foul, David, on number 5, Jaden Little. That's his first.
Oh, okay. Both of them were going for it.
Yeah, sending number 13, Kentius Henderson.
Henderson at the line. His first free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Little will come out. McElroy will come out. Crosland and Thomas Gentry will come back in.
Good minutes from Isaac McElroy so far in this game.
Henderson at the line for the Tigers to shoot his last free throw. It's on its way off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Davis for Cascade. We go to the other end. 2 minutes, 52 seconds on the clock. Champions in the lead by 2. Score 20-18. Davis with it at midcourt. Setting things up for the Champions. Making his motions. Gets pressure at midcourt and the whistle blows.
They're going to call a hip check there on number 0, Kamarian Taylor. That'll be his first foul. Team's 5th.
And it will be Cascade champion basketball from the high side sideline. Crosland will inbound it for the Champions. He gives it to Davis. Davis steps up top of the key. He's going to drive towards the basket. Put it off the backboard. Count it for 2. First thing we've seen from Jackson Davis tonight. Well, no, maybe the second.
Yes, no, that's
Is that the
first points for Jackson Davis.
So Jackson quiet all Tuesday night. Hopefully he's rallying back now. Back on the Fayetteville City end. They'll pass it to the high corner. They'll get it inside the paint. Pass inside to the paint. Take the shot. Shot's no good, and it's put right back up by number 24, Johnson. Make it 22-20. Champions with it now on the Champions end. It's Jackson Davis, top of the key. He'll pass, low corner to Gulick. Gulick drives across the baseline, takes the shot from about 8 foot out. Shot's no good. Crosland tries to get the rebound, but knocks it into the hands of Fayetteville City. They'll drive all the way back.
Whoa!
Take the layup. It's blocked by Lucas Clanton. Knocked into the hands of Thomas Gentry. Gentry goes all the way on his own, tries to do the layup. His shot's no good. Fayetteville City gets it. They'll go to the other end, bounce, pass it in the paint, take the shot. The shot's no good. The whistle blows. I'm running out of air, Brian.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul this time on Lucas Clanton. He was straight up. The officials see it a different way. That'll be the first personal foul on Lucas Clanton, sending number 24, Algeray Johnson, to the line to shoot 2.
Johnson at the line for the Tigers. First shot on its way. It finally falls good. 22-21. Lovern enters the game. Crosland exits. As we await Johnson's second free throw for the Tigers, Gulick stands at midcourt with 2 Tigers deep on the Cascade end. Second free throw, count it. It's now a tie game, 22-22. Lovern inbounds to Davis for the Champions. Davis brings the ball up the court, crosses the half court onto the Cascade end. He'll step to the three-point line, get a screen from Clanton. Take it low side to the low corner to Gulick. Gulick takes a three-point shot. That shot no good. Rebound Henderson for Fayetteville City. He'll give it to Taylor. We'll go to the other end. Taylor will go to the low corner. They'll take the three-point shot. Shot's no good. Rebound, Jaden Gulick. Gulick with a rebound. Passes to Davis. Davis crosses the halfway mark, drives towards the basket, hands it off to Lovern. Lovern puts it up off the off the backboard. Count it for 2. 24.
That's just a hustle play from Cascade that time, beating the Fayetteville Tigers down the floor.
On the Fayetteville City end, they'll slow things up as we go less than 1 minute. 56 seconds on the clock.
The crowd is clapping their hands, stomping their feet, calling for some defense from this Cascade champion team.
Tigers pass it around the arc. They'll send it inside, send it back out, low side, take the three-point shot, and Fayetteville City connects, taking the lead 25-24. Lovern inbounds to Davis. Davis to the Cascade end he goes, crosses at the three-point line. He'll step back to midcourt, pass it low side to Gulick. Gulick works his way back to midcourt. Now to Lucas Clanton, top of the key. Now back low side to Davis. Back midcourt. Gulick. High side to Gentry, outside the arc. Now to Lovern, outside the arc, top of the key. Now high side to Gulick.
15 seconds.
Gulick to Gentry to Davis. Davis on the low side at the 45. He'll step back. 8 seconds on the clock. Davis trying to figure out what he's going to do. He's going to try to drive inside. He does. He'll take the jump shot. The shot's no good. The rebound. Lovern can't get the shot off.
Yeah.
He tries to pass it to Clanton. The shot's called off. As the buzzer blows, it's halftime at Cascade High School. The score at halftime: Fayetteville City Tigers 25, Cascade Champions 24. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9. We're back in 2.
Getting the job done right on a major construction project takes experienced professionals, the kind you will find when you call Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Like your Cascade basketball squads, Curl hits the ground running while working to get the job done and beating the clock to meet your project deadline. Serving Middle Tennessee's construction and excavation needs for 25 years and still building. Make your project a slam dunk with Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Call 931-389-6996. CurlConstruction.com. Dig deep and plow, Champion Nation.
I don't think she'll come up here tonight. I don't know.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade Champions on the Zinger.
Are you planning that next big project and thinking how nice it would be if I had a dumpster right there on site? Then call DNR Dumpsters in Shelbyville. DNR Dumpsters provides quality and convenient dumpster rental service for commercial and residential applications. Roll-off dumpsters with prompt delivery, even next-day delivery and haulaway available. Call DNR Dumpsters at 931-684-1685. For more information, visit dnrdumpsters.com.
When the Cascade family needs top quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around the clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. Cascade Vet Hospital.com.
3-game week.
This is Logan Pooley, and you're listening to the home for Cascade Champion Basketball, 100.9 and AM 1400, WZNG.
Welcome back to Cascade High School. Homecoming night here at Cascade High School. In an earlier contest tonight, the Cascade Lady Champions fell to the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville City by a score of 62-32. But we are at halftime here of the boys' game. At the moment, the boys trail to Fayetteville City by a score of 25-24. Brian, the last time we matched up against this team, we only gave up 29 points. Here at halftime, we've already given up 25. There were some guys that were missing, obviously made a big impact tonight. And, it is a fast-moving game, but I'm just not seeing the points that I was expecting from our champions right off the bat.
And what's keeping the Fayetteville City Tigers in this game is they have connected on 5 huge three-pointers early in this contest. That's really what's kept them in the game. They are only 2 of 6 from the free throw line, so that's kind of what's hurt them. So we've got to get some more. We've got some big minutes out of Isaac McElroy. It looked like Coach Lawson was intent on keeping fresh legs in this game for the champions. And fortunately, when he did so, we were able to get some big minutes from Isaac McElroy. We've got a quiet night from Jackson Davis so far with only 2 points. We really need him to pick it up in the second half, make some more contributions on the scoreboard. Lucas Clanton leads all scorers for Cascade with 8 points, but he's matched up against a strong player from Fayetteville City, number 0, Kamarian Taylor, with 9 points. Kamarian leads all scorers in this contest so far. So we're going to be in a dogfight. We should have expected that. We just got to play smothering defense, stay out of foul trouble, and give ourselves an opportunity to stay in this game, keep it close, and then come out victorious in the end.
Yeah, Brian, another stat that I noticed that hasn't really changed from Tuesday night's game. And again, Fayetteville City's got a little bit more height than what we're used to playing against, but the rebounds tonight.
Yeah, they number 23, Isaiah Thomason, strong player, probably one of the strongest players that we'll see in basketball this season. He can just, put a body on somebody and knock you back. But we've getting some really good minutes out of Saban Burris. He's in there battling. Zach Crosland's in there battling. We've got to play physical basketball, and these teams like Fayetteville City, we put them on a schedule to prepare us for postseason play. We'll play some teams very similar in stature to them and physical attributes. So we've got to play our best game for sure.
Well, Brian, they've got the entertainment package tonight booming out here, don't they?
They really do, and the house music's turned up really loud.
I can't remember if this is Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, but in the end of the day, they're the same band, so.
Yeah, so also want to give a shout out to Tipton and his grandfather, Kenny, listening to us tonight. I'm not sure if they're on the radio or on the YouTube channel, but we appreciate them tuning in and listening to us as well tonight. 5 minutes before we get things restarted here at Cascade High School. Again, your score at halftime. Cascade 24, the Tigers of Fayetteville City 25. We'll take a quick 90-second timeout. We'll come back to Cascade High School right after this. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9.
Blake from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today. 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
This is the season when not just our head, but our heart's in the game. A time when our town starts to feel more like our team. At First Bank, we're community superfans. We don't wear uniforms, but we all wear our heart for community on our sleeve. That means we're not just in the bleachers Friday nights. We're in your corner 24/7, cheering your goals even louder. Don't just get a bank, get a team. First Bank. Bank local, get more. Member FDIC.
This is Thomas Gentry, senior guard, and you are listening to your radio home for Cascade Champions basketball. The Zinger 100.9.
Welcome back to Cascade High School. I had to take a break. The music was so loud, Brian, I couldn't even hear myself talk.
The important thing is Ashley Allen, wife of Matthew Allen Trucking, says that is the Backstreet Boys that we're listening to. She's confirmed that.
She knows her boy bands, huh?
She knows her boy bands. She's over there lip singing still. A lot of people playing the air guitar in here.
Yeah, people were getting into it, and still are. So 2 minutes, about 2 minutes before we get started back here at Cascade High School again. The champions at halftime are trailing by 1 point to the Tigers of Fayetteville City, a score 25-24. Brandon, appreciate you getting this on the schedule for us. Notice the makeup game versus Grundy County. Makeup game, which was scheduled for last Friday night. Is that correct?
That's right. I thank Coach Lawson for getting us that info at the last halftime report.
Great. That game to take place February 6th, which is a Monday night. So we'll have to
another 3-game week. Wrap up your sleeves.
Another 3-game week. We'll have to postpone our coaches show that Monday night. But if you're not aware, we have a coaches show on Monday nights with Coach JD, Janie DeMumbrum, and Coach Chris Lawson. On Monday nights at 7 p.m. on 100.9 The Zinger, myself, Brian Cruz, and the coaches. And the coaches usually bring a couple players, and we sit around and have basketball talk on the court and off the court, don't we, Brian?
Yes, that's right. We, get a little strategy talk from Coach Lawson, Coach JD. Tell us what we saw from the prior games and what we expect in the next game.
And it's really interesting to get their take when they've got a moment like that to really relax and actually break down what they see versus what we see.
And just another opportunity for us to help market the Cascade community out
Absolutely. Champion Nation, the sign up there on the wall says, and Champion Nation is certainly here tonight.
Yes.
It is a packed house, both sides. I think a lot of the Champion Nation had to end up coming over here to the away side because the seats filled up over there. So Fayetteville City side as well they traveled well as well, but it's a happening place here at Cascade High School tonight. Tomorrow night we travel to Fayetteville to play Lincoln County. That game, again, girls contest starts at 6. Broadcast right here on WZNG will start at 5:45 with Brandon Crosland, Brian Cruz. Boys, I think tomorrow night I might be able to show up and help you for the girls game. So,
oh wow, that'll be great.
Yeah, we'll see. I think there's a JV game scheduled tomorrow night as well, so we'll try to get there and watch that as well. So as we get ready to start the second half here at Cascade High School, I want to thank our sponsors: First Bank, Girl Construction, Garrison Valley Farm, DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, State Farm Agent Rob Gardner, and Cataldo Auto Repair Service. There's your buzzer. Put 8 minutes on the clock. We'll get things started. Second half. Again, as we start, 25-24, Fayetteville Tigers lead by 1. It will be Fayetteville City with possession as we start the second half. They'll inbound it from the high side sideline at midcourt into the backcourt. They'll give it to Taylor. Taylor brings the ball across. He'll pass it top of the key. They'll go on around the arc to the low corner. Back, work their way back to the middle outside the arc. Back to the low corner. Now back top of the key, inside, back outside. 45 shot, 45 on the three-point line on the low side. Shot's no good. Rebound, Cascade. Davis brings the ball up the court for the champions. Crosses to the Cascade side. He'll pass it low side to Gulick. Gulick outside the arc. Gives it to the free throw line to Burris. Burris turns, spins, takes a shot. Shot rattles, no good. On the rebound, Fayetteville City.
Wow, they're going to call a travel there.
Johnson got the ball. He took off running, and he didn't have exactly control of the ball, I guess, and they blew the whistle, and then they're going to give the ball back to Cascade.
I was so afraid they were going to call a second personal foul on Lucas Clinton.
That's what I was scared of as well. Cascade will inbound it to Burris. Burris kicks it back out, outside the arc to Thomas Gentry. Gentry now goes to Gulick at midcourt to reset. Back to Gentry, high side, outside the arc, to the high corner to Gulick. Back around the arc to Gentry. top of the key to Clanton. Now low side to Davis. Davis drives inside, steps inside the paint, takes a shot. Shot's no good. Rebound, Fayetteville City. They'll give it to Taylor. Taylor crosses to the Fayetteville City side. Drives inside towards the basket. Looked like a walk, but he got away with it. Took the shot. The shot's no good. All up in the air. They can't control it. It's picked up by number 23, Thompson, for Fayetteville City, and he puts the putback right back in there. Make it 27-24. Burris inbounds to Davis. Davis brings the ball to the court, gives it back to Burris. Burris kicks it out high side to Gulick. Gulick brings it back to the middle, hands it off to Gentry at midcourt. Gentry passes to Davis. Davis comes out to midcourt. He'll reset, make his motions at midcourt. Jackson Davis with the ball. He'll pass it high side outside to Art to Gulick. Gulick's going to drive across the baseline, under the basket, do a reverse layup. Shot rolls off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Fayetteville City. We'll go to the other end. Taylor with it now. Passes to the low corner. They'll drive across the baseline. Pass it to the high corner. The pass is thrown away. No chance of him catching that. The ball was way too high. Goes out of bounds. Turnover, Fayetteville City. Cascade will get the basketball on the Fayetteville City end in the high corner. Burris inbounds to Davis. Davis goes to the Cascade end. Crosses the halfway mark. 5 minutes, 54 seconds on the clock. The score 27-24. Champions trail by 3. Davis passes to Clanton on the high side. 45, high side outside the arc. Takes a three-point shot. Shot's no good. Rebound, Fayetteville City. They'll bring it down. Give it to Taylor. Taylor turns around, passes back to Johnson. Johnson inside the paint. Takes the shot from about 4 feet in front of the basket. Count it for 2.
In foul trouble early. That's his first 2 points of the game, David.
29-24. Champions bring it to their end. Pass it high side to Gulick. Gulick runs across the baseline, turns around, drives right back outside the arc. He'll pass it to Gentry, to Gulick. Now back to Gentry. Now to Davis. Davis at midcourt. Resets. Restarts. Now to Gentry. Low side. Now back to Burris, top of the key. Now to Clanton. Inside. Clanton tries to go up underneath the basket. As he does, the whistle blows.
Foul's going to be called on number 24, Algeray Johnson. That's his first. Isaac McElroy entering the game for Jaden Gulick.
And it'll be Jackson Davis inbounding for the Champions from the baseline underneath their own basket. He'll go to the low corner to Thomas Gentry. Gentry squares up, takes a three-point shot. Shot's no good on the rebound. It goes off Jackson Davis's hands into the crowd on the high side sideline. It'll be Fayetteville City basketball with 5 minutes, 3 seconds now on the clock. Third
Shots
quarter.
just not falling for Cascade. Kind of went cold in the.
They have gone cold for sure. Fayetteville City inbounds to Taylor. Taylor crosses to the Fayetteville City side. They'll pass it to the low corner. They can't do anything with it. Take their time. They'll drive inside, make it to the box, take the jump shot. Shot's no good. Rebound Clanton. Clanton passes up to Davis. Davis goes straight towards the basket. Underhand layup off the backboard. Count it for 2. Jackson Davis makes it 26-29. Champions now trail by 3. On the Fayetteville City end, Taylor with the basketball as he sets up at midcourt. He'll pass it high side outside the arc. Back to Taylor, top of the key. He squares up for the shot, fakes it, sends it back high side. They'll bounce pass it inside, send it back out. Top of the key to Taylor. Taylor now passes low side outside the arc. Now back to Taylor again. Now back low side in the corner. They'll drive from the corner inside the paint, try to take the shot. The shot's partially blocked. Picked up by Fayetteville City's Taylor. And Taylor.
Wow, they're going to call a little ticky-tack foul there on number 4, Isaac McElroy. That's his first, team's first in the second half.
It will result in Fayetteville City regaining possession from the low sideline directly in front of the Fayetteville City bench. They'll inbound it to Taylor at midcourt. 3 minutes, 58 seconds now on the clock. Taylor squares up, top of the key, takes the jump shot, three-pointer. Shot's no good. Rebound, Fayetteville City. And they'll gain possession. Send it back out to midcourt. Restart. Taylor with it. Gets the screen, drives inside, kicks it out to the low corner. They'll take the three-point shot. Shot's no good. Thomas Gentry in there fighting for the rebound.
Yeah, but unfortunately.
Wow.
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 I think we get away with one right there as Thomas Gentry appeared to be over the back. Mr. Hustle, Thomas Gentry, appeared to be over the back. Referee calls it a jump ball.
I was scared Thomas was picking the foul there, but fortunately for Cascade, they'll give the ball to Cascade. Will inbound it, go to the Cascade end. Davis with it now. Passes low side outside the arc to Gentry. Gentry inside to Clanton. Clanton underneath the basket. Turns, spins, reverse, backside. Puts it up I don't know what you call it, but he throws the shot up there. The shot doesn't fall. Rebound, Fayetteville City. To the other end we go. They'll pass it to the high corner. Take the three-point shot. It was pretty when it came off his hands. I knew it was going in, Brian. Count it. 32-26. On the Cascade end, Jackson Davis with it. Set things up at midcourt. He'll pass it low side outside the arc to Gentry. Gentry to Lovern, top of the key. Now back to Davis. Davis now inside to Clanton. Clanton turns and spins, takes the off-balance jump shot. The shot's no good, but the whistle blows, and it looks like Lucas Clanton will go to the line here to shoot for the Cascade champions.
Algeray Johnson, number 24, going to be called with his second personal foul. Lucas Clanton will be shooting 2.
Lucas Clanton at the line. Takes his first shot, makes it look easy. 32-27 now your score. 32 for Fayetteville City Tigers, 27 for Cascade champions. Make it 28. Clanton connects on his second free throw.
And now a quick timeout from Coach Lawson.
So timeout on the floor. Tell you what, we'll take a quick one as well. 30-second timeout. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9. We're back in 30 seconds.
There's peace of mind when you discover quality local beef for your family that's backed by tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Taste the difference of locally processed beef, free of antibiotics, steroids, and hormones. They always have quarters of beef available and halves and wholes available by request. 931-389-1005. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and Saturdays from 9 to 12. Fill your freezer with quality local beef backed by Bedford County tradition at Garrison Valley Farms. Proud supporter of Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger.
All right, welcome back. Timeout's over. I think, Brandon, I forgot to say that. Did I say that or not? I can't remember.
Say what?
At halftime.
I think you did.
Okay, good. 2 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. We'll resume play in the third quarter. The score 32-28. Champions trail here. It'll be Fayetteville City with the basketball. On the Fayetteville City end, they'll set up at midcourt. They'll pass it low side to the low corner. Work their way back towards the middle. Pass it back midcourt. Now inside the paint. Take it back out to midcourt to Taylor. Taylor drives inside. They'll kick it out to the low corner. Back to Taylor in the paint. Can't do anything with it. He'll send it back out high side. They'll take the jump shot inside the arc for 2. Count it. Make it 34-28. Champions now with the basketball on the champions end. McElroy with it. He'll bounce pass it to Lovern. Lovern gives it right back to McElroy. McElroy makes his move towards the basket. I don't think he's going to get away with that Euro
not
step.
This time.
He had Euro steps that time. McElroy charged with the walk. 2 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock. Turnover Cascade. It's Fayetteville City Tigers basketball on the Fayetteville City end. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor will drive inside the paint, straight towards the basket, kick it back out, high side outside the arc. They'll drive back in, now kick it out low side outside the arc. Bounce pass to the low corner. Cross to the high corner. They'll take the three-point shot from the high corner. That shot no good. Rebound, Jackson Davis. To the Cascade end we go. Davis with the basketball, straight towards the basket, through the paint, takes the jump shot. Shot won't go. Rebound. As they go for the rebound, Fayetteville City gets it, and it looks like he
steps out of bounds,
Steps out of bounds, yeah. Flies out of bounds, I guess.
Cascade will be inbounding the ball underneath their own basket.
Looks like Jackson Davis will inbound it for the champions. 1 minute, 31 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Davis inbounds it to Clanton in the high corner. Clanton squares up, takes a three-point shot. Shot rattles, no good. Rebound. Townsend for Fayetteville City. He'll pass it to Henderson. Henderson brings it down underneath the basket. They'll pass it to Thompson. Thompson tries to take the shot. The whistle blows. The foul's called here, probably against.
I believe that's going to be on number 15.
Lovern.
Yeah, Sawyer Lovern. That'll be his first.
And that's going to send Thompson to the line to shoot for the Tigers. First shot by Thompson. Count it. Make it 35-28. Fayetteville City Tigers 35, Cascade Champions 28. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. Thompson for the Tigers to shoot his second free throw. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Cascade. Lovern knocks it out of bounds. No, they're going to give it to Cascade. I thought perhaps Lovern had his hand on it before it went out of bounds. So good play there. Letting the ball go out of bounds. McElroy inbounds it for the champions, gives it to Davis. We'll go to the Cascade end. Cross. The timeline, pass it low side to Thomas Gentry. Now to Lovern, top of the key. Now back to Davis, low side Back inside to Lovern. Lovern bounce passes across the paint to Clanton. The pass is knocked out of bounds by Fayetteville City. It will be Cascade basketball from the baseline underneath their own basket. 1 minute, 2 seconds now on the clock.
Need a good possession here for Cascade.
Davis to inbound it for the Champions. He'll give it to Lovern. Lovern gives it out, top of the key to Gentry. Gentry steps back, passes to Lovern. Lovern outside the box, goes high corner to Gentry. Now to Davis. Davis goes back to midcourt. Will go around the arc to the low side to McElroy. Now back to the top of the key to Lovern. Now back low side to Davis. Davis bounce passes inside to Clanton. Clanton just can't get that jump shot off underneath the basket on the low side. The shot's no good. The rebound's picked up here by Fayetteville City. We'll go to the other end real quickly. They'll give it to Henderson. Henderson tries to pass it to Thompson in the paint before he takes the shot. The shot is no good. The whistle blows.
They're going to call a charge this time on number 13, Quintius Henderson. But Fayetteville City got away with just murdering us down there under the basket last time.
They did. No whistles, and 3 or 4 of them should have blown.
Yeah.
Lovern inbounds it for Cascade as we approach 20 seconds on the clock. Cascade crosses the half mark. Davis with the basketball, 18 seconds on the clock. Davis almost loses possession. He'll have to pass it to McElroy, top of the key. McElroy back to Davis. Davis at midcourt now, 10 seconds on the clock. Davis making his move towards the basket, through the paint, takes the jump shot as he crosses the free throw line. It rattles and falls good. 35-30. They'll take a long shot from half court. Fayetteville City does at the buzzer. Shot's no good. We're at the end of 3. The score: Champions trail by 5. A score 35-30 at Cascade High School. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9. We're back in 60 seconds.
Cataldo Auto Repair Service Center in Wartrace is thankful for your loyalty with us over the years. When you need vehicle repair, you need it fast and right the first time. You've proven that cars at 219 Blackman Boulevard East in Wartrace is the place to go. Thanks for trusting their services on all your vehicles time after time. Cars, an excellent alternative to any expensive dealership because their knowledge base and equipment stacks up the same, if not better, than the dealer. Thank you for relying on Cars, proud sponsor of your Cascade Champions on the Zinger.
DNR Contractors is your local home improvement expert. Locally owned and operated with over 30 years experience in the remodel industry. From roofing to remodels or home additions, DNR Contractors is here to help with your next home improvement project. Get your home holiday ready by calling my daddy today at 931-684-1685 or visit our website at dnrcontractors.com. Go Champs!
This is Thomas Gentry, senior guard, and you are listening to your radio home for Cascade Champions Basketball. The Zinger 100.9.
All right, as we start the fourth quarter, it's Fayetteville City Tigers with the basketball. They'll pass it around inside the paint, send it back out, take the three-point shot from the low 45 and connect for 3. 38-30. Champions inbound to Davis. Davis crosses to the Cascade side. Davis with the basketball. They'll get the screen from Lovern, go around him to the high side, take the jump shot. Jackson Davis is ready to turn it back on, I think, Brian.
Yeah, we're going to need him to step up really big for Cascade.
And really fast.
This final period of play.
On the Fayetteville City end, Taylor with the basketball. Steps up to the free throw line, now backs up outside the arc. They'll pass it high side. Pass it back to Taylor, midcourt. They'll bounce pass it inside, send it back out to Taylor. Top of the key, he'll step inside the arc, take the jump shot, count it for 2. On the Cascade end, they'll take a long pass down to Clanton. Clanton in the high corner, goes towards the basket, takes the jump shot from about 8 feet out, count it for 2. 40-34, your score now. Champions trail by 6. On the Fayetteville City Tiger end, it's Taylor with the basketball. He'll wait to make his move. This time he'll drive in. He'll send it out, pass it to the low corner. They'll take a three-point shot from the low corner. That shot no good. Rebound Davis. Davis for Cascade drives all the way to the other end. It's Davis versus 2 Tigers or 3 Tigers underneath the basket. Davis takes the shot. The shot's no good. The whistle blows, and it looks like Jackson Davis will go to the line.
We get the blocking foul called on number 21, Bryson Johnson. That's his 3rd personal foul. Jackson Davis is at the line to shoot 2.
6 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock in this fourth period. Jackson Davis's first shot Easy. How many points for Jackson tonight, Brian, so far? About 7 or 8?
9 points.
9 points for Davis.
He has 7 of those in the second half.
Davis now awaiting his second free throw. It's on its way. Count it. 40-36. Champions trail by 4. 6 minutes, 23 seconds on the clock. Tigers with the basketball. They cross to their end. They'll pass it low side. Try to pass it underneath the basket.
He steps out of bounds, David.
As they pass it underneath the basket, he steps out of bounds. The whistle blows.
Turnover, Fayetteville City.
And they're going to give it back to Cascade. Burris will inbound it for the Champions to Davis. Everybody goes to the other end. On the Cascade end of things, we'll go with Davis. He'll pass it to Burris. Burris, top of the key, drives inside, turns around, gives it to Clanton. Clanton aggressively driving towards the basket, through the paint, takes the shot. The shot's no good. He gets his own rebound, and finally, they are beating him up down there in the paint, Brian.
Yes, and a foul was called. Let's give him a little credit. Foul's called on number 24, Algeray Johnson. That's his third. So you have 2 Fayetteville City starters now with 3 fouls each.
They're not going to call this. It wasn't a shooting foul.
It was not a shooting, and they called it on the floor.
All right, so Cascade will inbound it from underneath their own basket. They'll inbound it to Clanton. Clanton goes through the paint, loses control of the pass is not, or the ball is knocked from his hands into the Fayetteville City player. They'll go to the other end. I can't get it. I can't spit it all out fast
enough. It's just
enough.
so fast, David.
On the Fayetteville City end, it's Taylor with it. They'll step back to midcourt near the high side and reset. They'll pass it around the arc, work their way to the low corner. Now back around the arc, back to midcourt. They're going to burn time, Brian. They're going to be their plan.
Very content with this 4-point lead, holding Cascade at 36 points so far in this contest.
Coach Lawson giving his guys direction. Burris comes out to give a little pressure onto Taylor. Taylor works his way towards the free throw line, just steps in front of it, takes the shot. The shot's
blocked by Saban Burris.
Rebound, Gulick. Gulick gives it to Davis. Davis to Burris in the low corner. Burris now back to Davis. Davis drives towards the basket, takes the shot. His shot's blocked. No whistle blown. No whistle blown. They'll try to hold the ball. Davis tries to pressure him.
Oh, they called a foul this time on Jackson Davis as he reaches in, applying the pressure on number 0, Kamarian Taylor.
Just as he crossed half court, they'll give the whistle foul to Davis. It'll be Tiger basketball at half court on the Tiger end. McElroy comes out and Gentry comes in. They'll inbound it to the backcourt to Taylor. Taylor crosses the timeline onto the Tigers end. They'll pass it around the arc, work their way underneath the basket. They'll put it in the hands of Thompson. Thompson takes a shot just underneath the basket. As he does, the whistle blows.
Not a bad foul there by Saban Burris that time, sending Thompson to the line to shoot 2. That was a guaranteed basket, though, if he doesn't commit that foul.
Yeah, and I'm just guessing by looking at him, he's not their best free throw shooter.
He's a baller, though.
Jinxed it, huh?
Yeah, you
connects on his first one. It's trying to give him a little help. 41-36. 41-36. We await Thompson's second free throw line. Second free throw shot. Counted as well. 42-36. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Cascade inbounds to Davis. Davis crosses onto the Cascade end. Pass it low side to Thomas Gentry outside the arc. Gentry back, top of the key to Davis. Davis going to drive in, step in front of the free throw line on the corner, take the shot. Shot's no good. Rebound. Tigers. Tigers are going to slowly bring the ball up the court. They're going to burn as much time as they possibly can. They'll finally get pressure at midcourt from Jackson Davis. It's Taylor versus Davis. They'll be forced to pass it. They do. They go low side with it. Low side outside the arc. Bring it back, work their way towards the middle. Now give the ball back to Taylor. Taylor dribbles around Davis. As he does, the whistle blows. They're going to call a foul here against Davis again.
Yeah, against Jackson Davis. That's his second. More importantly, David, that's now going to be the 5th team foul.
So the Tigers will get to inbound it directly in front of the Tigers bench. They'll give it to Thompson in the paint. Thompson puts down a dribble, turns, spins, takes the shot. The shot's no good. Rebound Thomas Gentry to the Cascade end. Real quickly we go. They'll give it to Burris in the paint by himself. He'll take one step underneath the basket, put it up on the other side.
First points for Burris.
Count it for 2. 42-38. 42-38 your score. Champions trailing in this contest at the moment. on the Fayetteville City end. They'll pass it around the arc. They'll bring it out to midcourt, and again, their strategy here is to burn as much time as they possibly can. Gulick will come out and apply a little bit of pressure on Taylor. They'll pass it to Thompson. Thompson loses control of the basketball. It's picked off by Cascade. They'll give it to Davis. Davis to the other end real quickly to Gulick in the high corner. Gulick with a three-point shot. And that's how he does it. Jaden Gulick.
Jaden Gulick for three.
Man.
First points as well, Brian, isn't that right?
Yes, it is his first points, but they couldn't come at a more important time. We now trail by one.
Gulick with a magic moment.
Timeout, Fayetteville City. This crowd is on their feet.
Gulick with a magic moment right here. 3 minutes on the clock. Timeout on the floor. The score, 42-41. Champions trail by one. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Cascade Champion Basketball on the Zinger 100.9.
When the Cascade family needs top quality veterinary care for their furry little friends, or even around the clock emergency care for livestock, they turn to the vet they trust like family. Family is exactly what you'll find at the Cascade Veterinary Hospital on Fairfield Pike in Wartrace. Proudly serving the Bedford County area since 1998, Dr. West and his team continue to serve our community by providing impeccable care in a kind and compassionate environment. 931-389-0449. CascadeVetHospital.com.
All right, welcome back to Cascade High School. Brian, when I saw Gulick with it, I could see it in his eyes. I knew that shot was going in.
They called that timeout for me, David. I need a sip of water. I needed a Hall's cough drop.
That was a
got them both.
Timeout, media timeout.
Yes,
Media timeout. That's right. Exciting action here in this fourth quarter at Cascade High School. Again, the score 42-41. The champions trail by one as they fight for this comeback. They were down by 6.
David, we've turned up the defense as well, playing this man-to-man defense and just finding pressure.
So as we restart, it'll be Fayetteville City basketball. They'll drive towards the basket, take the shot. It's a layup shot off the backboard, count it for 2. Burris inbounds it to Davis. Davis to the high corner to Thomas Gentry with it on the Cascade end. Gentry works around, has to hand it off to Gulick. Gulick outside the arc to Davis at midcourt now. Davis resets, 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. We'll go high side to Gulick. Gulick back, top of the key to Burris. Burris, low side to Davis outside the arc. Davis back to the middle. To Gentry. Gentry squares up, takes a three-point shot.
This game is tied,
From
David.
the top of the key, Gentry connects for 3. 44-44 your score. It is loud.
It's loud.
Every pair of hands is clapping.
44-44 your score. We'll keep it right here. Thank you to our sponsors, bringing you Cascade Champion and Lady Champion basketball all season long. It's Curl Construction, Garrison Valley Farms, DNR Dumpsters, DNR Contractors, Cascade Veterinary Hospital, First Bank, State Farm Agent Rob Gardner, and Cantado Auto Repair Service. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in this contest, Brian. Brandon, it's been a good one.
It has. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Both teams have 5 fouls assessed to them. It's 44-44 in the fourth. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left. Man, what a game.
So Gulick nails the 3. You turn around, Thomas Gentry nails the 3. That's just what these guys needed to get fired up to finish this thing off.
Gulick is too good later in this season not to have his own nickname. I'm going through like.
Well, I've been thinking, Scrappy. I think Scrappy. I don't know.
going through like Shadow Man, Phantom.
Shadow Man.
I don't know. Scrappy.
Scrappy. I don't know. We may just call him our secret weapon. I'm not sure. All right, so timeout's over. We'll return and resume play. As we do, it will be Fayetteville City basketball on the Cascade end. No pressure from Cascade as they inbound it to Taylor. Taylor reaches the halfway mark and crosses. Now Davis will apply pressure. They'll pass it to Thompson underneath the basket. He'll turn, spin, take the shot. Shot's no good. Fayetteville City gets the rebound. They'll turn around, throw it all the way back to midcourt. Now they'll take it high side. They'll hand it off. They're still outside the arc. They'll give it to Taylor. Taylor will set things up for the Tigers. He'll bounce pass it back to the high side. They'll give it back to midcourt to Taylor. Taylor waits for his screen. He'll go around. They'll pass it to the low corner. They'll drive from the low corner, cross the baseline towards the basket, through the paint, take the shot, off the backboard, count it for 2. Just like that, the Tigers are back up by 2.
Another timeout called.
Another timeout on the floor, a half timeout. We'll keep it right here, 1 minute, 33 seconds. As we look down at Cascade and Coach Lawson giving his direction to his guys.
That timeout was called by Fayetteville City. They're down to 2 timeouts now left in this contest. 1 minute, 33 seconds left. Cascade trails 46-44.
Student section on their feet. Cheerleaders got the crowd going. Everybody is waiting to see what happens in this last 1 minute and 33 seconds of basketball. Timeout's over. It'll be Cascade basketball on the restart. Burris will inbound it to Davis. Davis picks the ball up at half court, crosses over. He'll pass it to Gulick. Gulick now back to Burris, top of the key. Burris, high side to Davis. Davis from the corner works his way back towards the middle. He'll pass it to Thomas Gentry at midcourt. Gentry will take it low side, pass it to Gulick. Gulick will pass it to Clanton, top of the key. Back low side, outside the arc to Thomas Gentry. Gentry to Jaden Gulick. Gulick backs up, passes back to Gentry, low side. Now we're back to go to Clanton. Now low side to Gulick. Gulick almost loses the dribble. Picks up the dribble, passes to Burris. Burris to Davis. Davis through the paint, towards the basket, takes the shot, draws the foul. The shot's no good, but it looks like Jackson Davis will make a visit to the free throw line.
He will be, as the foul is called on number 23, Isaiah Thompson. That's his first foul. The big physical player from Fayetteville City.
53.7 seconds left. Davis's first shot. Count it. 46-45. It's a 1-point ball game. Champions trail by 1. Let's see if Jackson Davis can tie it up. Lots of pressure on this shot for Jackson Davis here, Brian.
Yes. Coach Lawson has called the official to the side. I look for him to call a timeout if this basket's made.
Davis with the basketball, shoots his second free throw, counted as well.
Folks, I think we've been perfect from the foul line tonight, if I'm not mistaken there.
Jackson Davis hits both free throws, tying the game up, making it 46-46. We're less than a minute with 53.7 seconds left. This is going to be a very, very interesting, I say 53 seconds, but it's probably going to take 15 minutes.
David, it's a chess match now. You've got 2 great coaches on both sides of the floor. Coach Chris Lawson for our Cascade champions with a strong support staff as well. And that's one thing I really respect about Coach Lawson. When in these timeouts, he gets all of his assistant coaches together. They come up with a game plan, and that's the sign of a real veteran coach.
And the other side has another Chris Murdoch.
Chris Murdoch is a great coach for Fayetteville City Tigers.
So on the restart, 53.7 seconds on the clock. It will be Tiger basketball. They'll inbound it with no pressure until they reach half court. Once they reach half court, I assume we'll turn it on. And sure enough, Davis will meet Taylor at half court. Taylor with the basketball for the Tigers, making his motions. He goes from the middle to the low, back to the middle. Davis putting pressure on him, and finally.
5-second violation called out on Fayetteville City. The ball will be going to your Cascade champions with 34.7 seconds left in this contest.
As the coach for Fayetteville City was trying to get to the official to call a timeout, but he just couldn't do it.
He waited too late, David.
Yep. So Cascade will inbound
We have a timeout called of our own now with 31.4 seconds left in this contest. What a game.
What a game.
What a
game. Just a poor judgment there for Fayetteville City.
Yeah, we applied the pressure. We allowed them to get the ball in. Didn't pick up the pressure till the half court. Once we did, Jackson Davis was just in the face of number 0, Kamarian Taylor.
Davis obviously came out to play the second half.
Mr. Bowman going ham with the student section at the moment. He's got him in the palm of his hand.
Yeah, he does. He's directing them for sure. 31.4 seconds. We're at Cascade High School. Student section's doing their thing. Everybody's watching. Everybody's a little nervous. It's a little quiet over there on the spectator side, other than the student section.
That'd be the parent side.
I think everybody's a little nervous as to what could happen here.
A lot of people sitting on their hands right now, David. Nervous, probably picking at their fingernails. With 31.4 seconds left, there's still a lot of time, a lot of basketball left to play.
There is. 31.4 seconds. The score 46-46. It's been back and forth all night long. Fayetteville City probably in the lead the majority of the game, but the score very close.
David, one thing that's very, very important is you see 16 fouls committed by Fayetteville City. If they pick up one foul, we're at least going to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
On the restart on the Cascade end, they'll give it to Thomas Gentry. Gentry gets double teamed. They blow the whistle.
Coach Lawson has to call his last timeout as Thomas Gentry is tied up.
They were getting ready to create a jump ball.
They were. The possession arrow was going to Cascade, but unfortunately, that's our last timeout, David.
24 seconds on the clock. And I assume we'll be inbounding it from right in front of the Cascade bench. Is that right, Brian?
I believe you're right, David. No timeout, so we have to get this ball inbounds. Look for Fayetteville City to face guard every one of the players in a man-to-man defense. Deny the basketball, deny the pass. If we get a 5-second count violation, the ball will be going back to Fayetteville City.
So both teams digging deep into those playbooks right at the moment to figure out who's going to do what, Brian.
You know, I think the play here, David, is you burn a little time and then you take it to the rim with this game tied. You're going to the line either way with an opportunity to close this game out with some free throws.
Yeah, free throws are going to make the difference here in these last 24 seconds.
Yes.
So it looks like timeout's over. Burris will be inbounding it for the Champions. Like I said, directly in front of the Cascade bench on the Cascade end from the low sideline. Burris inbounds it to Davis. Davis at midcourt. Passes to Thomas Gentry. Gentry right in front of Coach Lawson. He'll go top of the key to Burris. Burris now to Davis. Davis now to inside to Clanton. Clanton inside the paint. Turns, spins, puts the shot up. Count it.
Lucas
Clanton. 7 seconds on the clock. Fayetteville City inbounds it. They go to the other end real quickly. They drive towards the basket, trying to draw the foul. The shot's no good.
Charge. The charge is called. Thomas Gentry setting those feet, playing like a man, takes the charge. 1.4 seconds left on the clock.
It's Cascade basketball.
What a game. What a game.
Wow. Wow.
Timeout called by Fayetteville City. What a game.
1.4 seconds on the clock.
Everybody's on their feet.
Taylor of Fayetteville City drives straight towards the basket. Kind of gets a clean shot. As he does, he knocks down. I don't see who took the charge.
It was Thomas Gentry.
Gentry took the charge, went to the floor. The whistle blows. They call the foul against Fayetteville City, creating a turnover, giving the ball back to Cascade. And Cascade will be inbounding it on the Fayetteville City end underneath the Fayetteville City basket with 1.4 seconds on the clock. The score 48-46. Your Champions in the lead by 2.
Mr.
David,
Bowman holding back at flood.
The assistant coach is telling Saban Burris he cannot move down the baseline. He has to plant his feet. He has to get this ball in. We get this ball in, you just tie it up. Possession arrows Cascade.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can get it in and draw a foul quick enough, can you, Brian? It's going to be close.
It's going to be really, really close.
So timeout is over. Fayetteville City comes out. Cascade's lined up at midcourt, single file. Fayetteville City will follow suit. They'll pick their place in the middle.
They will play man-to-man defense here, trying to deny that pass.
Official hands the ball to Burris. Not yet.
All right. The official's trying to get the attention of the Fayetteville City players.
Now the official is going to blow the whistle, hand the ball to Burris. Burris trying to throw it in. He finds Jackson Davis. As he does, the ball goes out of bounds, and there's the buzzer.
This game is over.
Out. There's the buzzer. The coach from Fayetteville City trying to get him to add seconds. The official shaking his head. No, sir, not happening.
There's a storm.
The score, 48-46. It's a final here at Cascade High School tonight. The student section's all over the floor. They're all over the players. What an exciting game. Tell you what we'll do. We'll come back. We'll let things calm down. We'll talk more final game stats right here on the Zinger 100.9. Again, Cascade Champions victorious over the Fayetteville City Tigers, a score of 48-46. We're back at Cascade High School after this 2-minute timeout.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Blakely from Cascade School. Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and great auto and home insurance rates? Yep, that is Rob Gardner State Farm. So stop shopping around. Rob Gardner State Farm has got you covered. Give Mr. Rob and my mom a call today. 931-685-2080. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Go Champs!
Clanton Pipe and Supply, your corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe supplier. Clanton has been selling pipe for over 30 years and carries all types and sizes of corrugated plastic and metal culvert pipe. Special orders are available. If it's made, we can get it. We guarantee quality products and reasonable rates, and you'll always get professional service when you call 931-684-4847 for Clanton Pipe and Supply for any pipe and drainage needs. Delivery is available.
On game night, winning is everything. But at First Bank, we know life's big wins happen off the field. Like when you win that amazing heart, when you win your first classroom's respect, or when you win your employees' loyalty and find the home that wins their smiles. Life's big wins take a bank big on you. Join the team that helps you win not only on game day, but on days you never forget. First Bank, the official bank of TSSAA. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Getting the job done right on a major construction project takes experienced professionals, the kind you will find when you call Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Like your Cascade basketball squads, Curl hits the ground running while working to get the job done and beating the clock to meet your project deadline. Serving Middle Tennessee's construction and excavation needs for 25 years and still building. Make your project a slam dunk with Curl Construction and Excavating LLC. Call 931-389-6996. CurlConstruction.com. Dig deep and plow, Champion Nation.
This is Logan Pooley, and you're listening to the home for Cascade Champion Basketball, 100.9 and AM 1400, WZNG.
Now, welcome back to Cascade High School as we come to the conclusion of a exciting, very active basketball game here tonight as the Fayetteville City Tigers came to Bedford County and they came prepared to play. Obviously a much different outcome and performance than what we saw from them last time. It's now time for the post-game report built by DNR Contractors. Brian,
you know, David,
that was a lot of action there in the last few minutes.
Y'all are going to put a lot of pressure on me here in a few minutes to name a player of a game and a heart of a champion. And just looking across this roster tonight, you know, I don't know how we do it. I really don't know how you do it. You know, you've got some players that just stepped up big for Cascade tonight. Players like Isaac McElroy. You know, Jackson Davis was cold in the first half. He had 2 points, but then finished this game with 12 points. Lucas Clanton with 14 points. Thomas Gentry, you know, he got that three-pointer that tied this game up, and then he took that charge at the end of this game, finishing the night with 8 points, but nothing bigger than that charge he took. Jaden Gulick, we talked about him, you know, last week's game and coming out really cold tonight, but that three-pointer that he hit was just at the most opportune time.
Tough
You're putting a lot of pressure on me, and, you know, I don't know that we've ever done anything like this, but man, I just don't know that we don't give a heart of a champion to everybody on this roster.
Well, in football, we have done the entire defense one or two times, so
yeah,
it's
I just think that you
give it to the whole team
to give the heart of the champion to champion just the whole bench. I mean, we just got so many contributions from so many players, and they stepped up at so many different times throughout the game. You know, I can't help but I have to give Lucas Clanton that player of the game with 14 points. But beyond that, you know, I just say we give the heart of a champion to every one of these champions that contributed tonight. And let's just do that. Let's just do something different.
Yeah. So Rob Gardner, State Farm Agent Player of the Game, goes to Lucas Clanton. The Cascade Veterinary Hospital Heart of a Champion goes to the Cascade Champions.
The Cascade Champions.
Sure enough.
I mean, we'll just – hey, and if we have to frame that and put it in the locker room,
that's
we'll
right. That's exactly right. Write a date on that, too. You got a date on that?
It's always on it.
Awesome. All right.
But, man, I'm going to just tell you, just the contributions that were made – and I'll tell you this, not just from the players on the floor, but also that entire coaching staff. I saw some contributions from from Coach Woodson. I saw some contributions from his name's going to slip me. Coach Carlos.
Coach Carlos.
Then we got another young man that's joined the staff this year, Mr. Chumley. Those gentlemen were in those huddles with Coach Lawson tonight, and I don't think Coach Lawson will have any problem with us naming the whole Cascade team as the Heart of the Champions tonight.
Yeah, congratulations. Quite a victory here at Cascade High School. Brian, did you give us the rundown on all the guys there?
Well, you had 14 points from Lucas Clanton. You had 12 points from Jackson Davis, 10 of those coming in the second half. Thomas Gentry finished the night with 8. Isaac McElroy with 7. Jaden Gulick with 3. Sawyer Lovren with 2. And Saban Burris with 2. Contributions across the board. Big play from everybody tonight. We didn't give up. We were down at times. We didn't give up. We fought back, and we come out victorious against a really, really good basketball team, Fayetteville City Tigers.
All right, so send these boys home, get them some rest tomorrow because we're back in action again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we travel to Lincoln County High School. Lincoln County, also in Fayetteville. We will play Lincoln County. Girls game will start at 6. Broadcast will start at 5:45. Boys game to follow the girls game. And Tuesday of next week, it's at Watertown. And then Friday next week, we're at Community for the second Battle of Bedford. So lots of Cascade action. Cascade girls and boys basketball still yet to come. A makeup game that was scheduled for last Friday night has been rescheduled for Monday, February 6th versus Grundy County. That's here at Cascade. So that will be another 3-game week coming up on the calendar. Again, tomorrow night at Lincoln County, broadcast starts at 5:45. Girls tip off at 6. What a night. Brandon, you got anything for us before we head out?
It's time to get out. There's more to do tomorrow and more to do next week, and we got this replacement game coming up in a couple of weeks as well. We got a lot to do, and it's great to see the Cascade champions pull out a big one here tonight.
Brian, you got anything for us before we go?
Man, I tell you what, that was a great game.
It was a great game.
Glad that I could be a part of it.
Absolutely, and a good crowd here to support with Champion Nation coming out very strong tonight at homecoming here at Cascade High School.
I'm also thankful for the police officers here. Glad everything was safe at the end of a wild one like that. There's other places where other places where it turns out a different way. So,
but and you know what? Let's hats off to Fayetteville City. They lost in a heartbreaker fashion tonight, but they kept their composure throughout this game.
They sure did.
And sometimes you don't see that from when they're playing in a rowdy crowd like this. But those guys played like gentlemen. Mm-hmm. That's a great basketball team.
That's true.
I wish them the best for the rest of this season.
You're exactly right. Keeping their composure, keeping their cool when things could easily get out of hand with frustration and aggression on the court there. But in an earlier contest tonight, the Cascade Lady Champions fell to the Lady Tigers of Fayetteville City by a score of 32-62. And the boys contest, final score here at Cascade for your Cascade boys, Cascade champions tonight, victorious over Fayetteville City by a score of 48-46. Tomorrow night at Lincoln County. For Mr. Brandon Crosland, for Mr. Brian Cruz, I'm David McGee. Until tomorrow night, have a good Friday evening, everyone.